baby. Come on now. Come on now. We got Warriors versus the Dolphins, and we are on HGT going to down BKRsport. We just finished up with an absolute slacking of the Dragons, 62-16. We move into Warriors versus the Dolphins over here in New Zealand, with the Warriors looking to go back into equal first, but they would be in second position unless they won by about 50 to 60 points here. Guys, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. They are doing the national anthems as we speak. Happy Anzac Day, amazing history, and I love it, and super proud of both Australia and New Zealand. But let's run through these two team lineups. The Warriors coming to this game from third position, the Dolphins coming from 12th. This is at Henry Stadium in Wellington. Now the ins for the Warriors, Eddie Yeremia Tawava and Luke Hansen, with the outs being Chance, Neil Klukstad and Marata Niakore. The fullback is Tane Tuapiki, with the wingers being Daniel Martini Selesniak and Alofiana Khan Pereira. Centers of Roger Tuivasa Shek and Ali Leotawa. The 5'8" is Chanel Harris Tavita. The halfback Tanner Boyd, with the front row forwards being James Fisher Harris, who is the captain, and Jackson Ford. Number 9, Wade Egan. The back row, Leka the Wrecker, Halasima and Kurt Catewell, with the 13 being Aaron Clark. Interchange of Sam Healy, Mitchell Barnett, Dimitri Vaymalga, Jacob Laban, Luke Hansen, and Eddie Yeremia Tawava, and the coach is Andrew Webster. Now let's quickly slap over to the Dolphins because the game is close to starting. The ins for the Dolphins, Brian Puniu, John Finianganafo, Lewis Simons, and Tavita Nafahu, with the outs being Bradley Schneider, Cody Nicarima, Morgan Knowles, and Oren Keeley. The fullback is Hamiso Tabuafano, with the wingers being Jermaine Sako and Selwyn Cobo, centers of Jake Avarillo and Herbie Farnworth. The 5'8" is Trey Fuller. He comes in with the halfback being Isaiah Katoa as the captain. Front row forwards are Francis Molo and Thomas Flegler. Number 9, Max Plath. Back row, Keneli Lemuelu and Kulikafu Finifiwiaki. 13 is Tom Gilbert, with the interchange being Ray Stone, Felice Kafusi, Lewis Simons, Tavita Nafahu, Brian Puniu, and John Finian-Gonofo, with the coach being Christian Wolf. I am tipping the Warriors here today. The Dolphins obviously coming off the back of a close loss to the Panthers. They looked awful the first half. They came back in the second half. Probably deserved a win, but they did find a way to lose that game to a very good Panthers team, obviously. Whilst the Warriors, they've been in red-hot form this year, besides that two-game slip-up against, the Sharkies and the Tigers. Outside of that, they've been on red-hot form and they've been scoring points. And a sold-out game here over in Wellington. A week after the Dolphins had to go to extra time in extremely humid conditions over there in Darwin, and they've had to travel all the way from Darwin to New Zealand. It is a tough one, and that is also an emphasis on the fact that the Dolphins have only won the 2 games so far this season. Give me 1 second here. They have only won the 2 games so far this season, and they have been having a really hard year. So it's going to be interesting to see them pull it out of the bag here, but the Warriors do have a loss in them. They do know how to lose a game that they are fully expected to win. Now, let's quickly go to the ladder here before the game starts. The Warriors in third position on 10 points. With a win here, they're on plus 84. The Tigers are on 12 points with plus 82. Panthers are on 12 points plus 135. The Warriors would go into second, and they would finish second this round because the Rabbitohs couldn't overturn the deficit with the plus 30 to the plus 84. So the Warriors with a win will finish the round in second. With a loss, however, they could drop below the Rabbitohs if the Rabbitohs do beat the Storm, but that's about it. Actually, no. The Roosters with a 50-point win, 52-point win. What was it? 62-10 was the final score. 62-16. So they won by 46 points. So they go from -9 to about, what is it? Take the 9 off. That'd be 37. They'll be plus 37. So they'll be above the Rabbitohs points differential right now. But anyway, the point of the matter is the Warriors would need to lose this game by about 50 to go below the Roosters there. Long story short, if they lose, then they're either in third or fourth, but if they win, they will be in second. But there is a chance of going into fifth if they lost by enough. Then you go to the opposite side, the Dolphins on 6 points, equal with the Titans, the Raiders, and the Eels on 6 points. They've got a -27, the Titans are -30, the Raiders are -82, and the Eels are -84. If the Dolphins lose this game by 3 points or more, Titans go above them. The Titans will go to 12th, the Dolphins will go down to 13th, which would be great. That means we would pretty much, unless the Eels beat Manly. Well, we could finish as high as 12th, though. But if the Dolphins do lose this game, they go below the Titans, probably. The Raiders are about 60-odd points worse differential of -82, so you won't have to be worrying about that too much. But the Eels could go above them with a win against Manly tomorrow. So the Dolphins could go down as low as 14th. And then if the Storm win, then the Dolphins could go down as low as 15th position. So this is a really important win for you, because if you do win, you go above the Dogs into 11th position. And that's probably as high as you get, unless you win by 22 points or more to go above the Sharks. But long story short, the highest you can pretty much go is 11th, with a massive win taking you into 10th position. It's going to be a tough one. I'm taking the Warriors here today. I'm fully aware that they can go tits up very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. But I'll back them in, and we'll see how it all pans out here. But all right, guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Let's see if it's an up the wires here today, and let us know your thoughts in the chat. Anna says, go the Warriors and the Dolphins. That doesn't make sense because they're both playing each other today. Brenton says, no shirt change for this one, bro. No, why would I? Why do you want me to change my shirt? It's a great shirt, Chicago Cubbies, mate. Fire up. But the Dolphins will receive the ball here on first tackle, and they bring it out to the 15 through Francis Molo. Let me just refresh this live score so that we are rocking and rolling. And there we go. The live score is going, and we are on. Second tackle here for the Dolphins at the 22. They've got like a grey kit here today. A grey Dolphins kit is interesting. Obviously, this is their Anzac jersey, but it's an interesting one. What's the grey? Doesn't really make a great deal of sense for mine. New Zealand guys are smart money on the Warriors getting tipped today. Pete Sargent, do you think the Dolphins will still be feeling a bit of fatigue from the Darwin game? Yes, absolutely I do. And that could be a play for the Panthers tomorrow too, mind you, against the Knights, which is why I'm probably going to tip the Panthers 1-12 rather than 13 plus against the Knights tomorrow, rather than everyone thinking it's just going to be a 13 plus route. I do think that humidity will play into a lot of the fact about this game and tomorrow's game from last week's game, yeah. Mice is sold out stadium. Apparently every game is sold out this week. Second tackle here for the Warriors, and they're at the 15. So yes, is my answer to you. It's this ref game's ruined. Yeah, he's an interesting ref, isn't he? Third tackle now at the 20. Finally a game I can watch and comment on. Well, hopefully it's a good one. But I could see a world where the Warriors run rampant. But I also could see a world where the Dolphins turn up as well. You know, they do have it in them to turn up, but you just wouldn't necessarily expect it against a Warriors team that is one of the best teams in the comp so far this year. Try scorers in this game, Jess. I will go with Alofiana Khan-Pereira for the Warriors. And then I'm going to back in a bit of Leka the Recalcim. I do that every week, though. For the Dolphins, I'd probably lean towards a Hamiso. I don't think I tip Hamiso too much, but I probably would go with a Hamiso in this one, if not a Herbie. I think they're the two obvious selections, though. But then in the forwards, I might even lock in a bit of Tommy Gilbert from the 13. Trey Fuller, good run here to the 50. This is a good opening set here from the Dolphins. They go quickly, and it's Max Plath who brings this ball to the 35, gets away from Aaron Clark's tackle. Fourth tackle now. When the Dolphins lose, the Mighty Titans go to 12th. Absolutely, mate. We're flying. We're on the up, son. Go, you good things. Only team to not concede a try this weekend, the old Gold Coast Titans. How good. That's a fact so far. They get this kick through Taintua Picky, and he's going to bring it out. Really strong run to the 12. Really got away from it. There's a penalty to the Warriors. That's huge. And Tane really getting into Brian Puntiu. Really getting into the Dolphins there. Brenton says, hate Liam Kennedy. Home the analysis, wouldn't be surprised if that last game makes this year the highest average points scored by teams. Oh, surely it has to. Surely. Good to see you. Get around your Sen. Brian says, Finns with the names in the back of the jerseys. Is there a reason why some teams do this and others don't? It must be just I think it's just their choice here for this game. But that means ultimately they're going to be giving those jerseys away. They're going to be auctioning them off, I would say. I would suggest that. Fisher Harris now brings his ball here to the 40 on second tackle. Warriors will go on the attack, and we know they've got the attack in them this year compared to last. Third tackle now at the 28. Is that a 6 again? It is a 6 again for the Warriors. Wade Egan rolls it back to Chanel Harris-Davida. Aaron Clark. I'm just glad this week I can go back to enjoying the Warriors games because obviously I couldn't enjoy it from a Warriors perspective last week because my team was playing you. So I'm actually really glad that I can go back to just enjoying and hoping the Warriors can get up. Damn well, Luffy! Boom! 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 Alofiana Khan-Pereira goes slapping us 4-0 to the Warriors with a kick to come. Alofiana Khan-Pereira, that's my boy. That's my boy. And that's the beautiful thing about this Warriors team too, is that I can really back him in with all the Gold Coast Titans ex-players, Tanner Boyd, Aaron Clark, and Alofiana Khan-Pereira. I could fire up behind them, and Warriors try bing bong way too easy. Way too much space, and as soon as Alofiana Khan-Pereira gets the ball in space, you know he's going to score. Blake says, "Damn, the crowd is packed. What's the capacity of this place? It's a pretty big stadium in Wellington. Stadium Wellington capacity. I'm pretty certain it's pretty big, like 30, maybe 40. Yeah, 36,000. I thought it was actually a little bit bigger, but 36,000. So it's not as big as I thought. But it's a good stadium. Oh, hold on. Oh no, they're saying it's not a bunker. The referee was just talking to Fish Harris about something else. Titans feeder club for New Zealand. Yeah, pretty much, man. That pretty much is the case. Tane Tuapiki from the Titan system. Aaron Clark, Lafayette Pereira, Tanner Boyd. They're all from the Gold Coast. They don't allow sports betting sponsors in New Zealand, so instead of finding a new sponsor, they put the names in the back. Oh, true. Okay, so the Dolphins have a betting sponsor. Oh, are they sports bet or something? Are they on the back of the jersey? Yeah, fair enough. I like it. Well, I'm always a massive advocate. The only issue is that I watch all sports. So when I say that you will individualize this sport and you will get player egos through the roof by putting players' names in the back, that's the biggest negative. Other than that, I want player names on the back permanently. I think that is the best thing to do. But from an avid watcher of the NBA and the NFL and the likes and Premier League and whatnot, players will have certain jerseys will sell a ridiculous amount that will impact a lot of individualization of the game, which is why I think the NRL is too scared to do it. I think the NRL is afraid to do it for that reason. 6-0 here. Tanner Boyd doesn't miss. Oh my gosh, he doesn't miss. Makes me sick. On the left-hand touchline, no one's getting that kick. No one. No one except for Tanner Boyd. No one. No one. No one. Warriors are going to win because the Dolphins won the last regular season game between these two. That has absolutely no correlation between the two. Pete Starr says the Anzac ceremony is spine-tingling in a really good way. Warriors will definitely be more enjoyable than the Sharks. The Sharks, dead set. Well, they're not the worst team to watch right now. I can tell you that there is a worse team to watch right now, and it's a team that's pretty close in locality to the Cronulla Sharks. The Warriors' second tackle, they'll get this ball to the 13. Mitchell says, Big Cock Jock would get that with one toe. Big Cock Jock is crazy as a nickname. That is a crazy nickname. For anyone who doesn't know, he's talking about Jock Madden from the Tigers. Big Cock Jock is a crazy nickname. Fourth tackle here at the 33. Paul said, that's right. Dan says, yes, up the wires. And now Shauno said, fuck Flipper. What's happening? The chat's off its rocker. Off its rocker. But no, yeah, I do love the Anzac ceremony. Lemuelu is currently talking to the trainer right now. I think they're about to take him off for a HIA. Craig is nothing without Josh. Yeah, he'll come up for a HIA for sure. Craig is nothing without Josh? What are you saying? Craig Bellamy? Who are you talking about? NRL 100-metre sprint final. Loffy versus Sub versus Fox versus Hammer versus Jojo versus Purdue versus Mariner. I'm missing someone. Are you missing someone? I don't think Farlongo's up at that speed, is he? I don't think you're really missing anybody of... Oh, did you say Dom Young? You did miss Dom Young, yeah. Dom Young should be there, even though Loffy has beaten him. I'm backing Loffy to win it. I 100% backing Loffy to win it. Fox maybe 5 years ago wins it, not anymore. Lakers McLean is up there, but no one knows that. Yeah, but I know he's up there, but I don't think he's up there. You know what I mean? Like, I know he's a fast player, but I don't think he's at that caliber of speed. But he is spacey. He is spacey. He's speedy. Dom Young for sure. You're right, and you can't have everyone, but the hardest thing to do with that is that Case McLean will probably be in the grand final, so we couldn't compete in it. And the only time it makes sense is to do it during a grand final. It's like a Toa, he'll be taken down at the 40 on the Warrior side of the field. Max Plath back to Avarillo, and Avarillo is going to whack this one down to the 15, where Tane Tuapiki gets taken down. I'll never forget when Loffy absolutely gapped Dom Young in that Titans-Roosters game a couple of years back in one of the last games of the season at Seabus. So I can't get that out of my mind. The funny thing is that Phil Sammy in the past actually beat out Josh Adokar. It's very weird, the speed battles, because we have seen Sammy have a great shout again. I wouldn't back it anymore, but a great shout against Addo Carr back in the day. Only about 3 years ago. No, maybe about 4 years ago now. He was at the Bulldogs. Oh, was it the Storm, actually? He might have been still at the Storm. I can't remember. Fit tackle. Only a 27-metre gain there for the Warriors, though. And the Dolphins will grab this one at the 13. And now they'll bring it back to the 20, to the 25. Big hit and high tackle against Lecker. Halasima. It will be a penalty to the Dolphins at their own 25. You remember when they did the cross-code 100-metre sprint, NRL versus Union versus AFL and English Tories Hammy? Is that why they never did it again? Jeez, that's going back a bit, isn't it? That would have been like, what, 2011 or so, around then? Selwyn Cobbo has been hit high there. So 32 minutes to go here of the first half. And the Dolphins waiting to get back underway. Surely Greg Eastwood comes out of retirement just for that. Yeah, Greg Eastwood, Jared Wallace. Now, I want to see a race between the props. Who's the fastest prop in the game? Now we're talking. Jared Wallace versus Greg Eastwood would have fed generations. Generations. Yeah, I think you're right. Hayne and Inglis were the league players that made it. Well, if Inglis was there, then it would have been between anywhere from, like off the top of my head, 2005 to 2015-ish. So, when did Greg Inglis retire? 2016? 2015, 2016, 2017, around then? Anyway, it would have been in that time period. Second tackle, short ball to Lemuelu, and Lemuelu gets away from a couple of tackles. He's still going here, and then it gets off to Hamiso, and Hamiso is going to be taken down at the 30 on third tackle. Greg retired 2019. Damn, I didn't realise he played that long. When did he debut? Oh, lost ball from the Dolphins. Knock on, and the Warriors will pick this ball up at the 25. Did he debut at like 2005, 2006? For the Storm? Maybe 2005? Maybe he debuted 2006 when they made the grand final against the Broncos? They're going to challenge you, the Dolphins. Played with the Rabbits till 2019. So surprised I didn't realise he went all the way to 2019. Oh, there's no challenge. Oh, there's going to be a penalty against Lecker Halasima again. They've called a penalty here. 10 minutes gone in the first half, 30 minutes to go. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here. Just plays it. I'm going to stop you there, bro, because, again, I'm very aware of who actually is behind the account. Just let's not go down this path. Let's not go down the path. Mitchell says, the way Hainsey was moving in the charity match, he would destroy everyone. He'd destroy everyone, Hainsey, mate. He would destroy absolutely everyone. I watched 2005 Blue Dark Fight. Yeah, fair enough. Real Grand Majesty says, the Wires pump the Thins. Would they be your new favourite to win the comp? I'm sure Kittens fans would use the next game curse excuse after playing them to justify it. No, I'm saying the Panthers are still my favourites. I'm still saying the Panthers are my favourites. I look forward to the Panthers versus Warriors games, but no, that wouldn't change my perspective just yet. Junior says, who scored the first one? I missed it. Alofiana Camprera, but the Dolphins' third tackle. They're 4 metres away from the line. I need to see the Warriors be consistent throughout the entirety of the 27 rounds before I can see that change. The Dolphins and Jermaine Sarko. Is Sarko taken down 5 metres out from the line? Fourth tackle. Now get it out to Isai Katoa. Katoa nearly gets through. Fit tackle at the 10. Warriors defense pretty good. They hold him out. Max Plath, Avarillo. Herbie Farnworth kicks it through for himself here. Wowee. Hello, Herbie Farnworth. That's poor defense from the Warriors overall. Where's Tate to our picky? But that's also an amazing try by Herbie Farnworth there. That was an amazing try by Herbie Farnworth, and it's about to be 6-6. Straight on through. Anything else is crazy. Inglis played 3 games in the Super League for Warrington in 2021. Yeah, that is crazy to be fair. That's a perfect bounce though. And it's a beautiful kick. Tane to a picky, I don't know why he's so far away from where the ball is. Herbie's a good player. He's the best centre in the... Well, I would say this year definitely. Oh, this year Latrell's back into the mix though. You could say this year still it's back to Latrell. But like Herbie is consistently there. Previously, I had Stephen Crichton there, but this year, no way. Stephen Crichton this year is not even in the top 20 this season. But like overall, as a collective player, he's still top 3. You would think. But Herbie Farnworth consistently is either 1 or 2 every single year. But I would say that Latrell, when he was playing centre for the Roosters, was like the best centre in the game. And I have Latrell as the best centre in the game when he is in centres. It's just not when he's in fullback, because when he's in fullback, he is not that great for mine. But this year, he's just been absolutely crushing it. So if you're asking me in a draft, am I taking a prime Latrell Mitchell in the centre, or am I taking a prime Herbie Farnworth in the centre? The answer is going to be Latrell Mitchell. But that's not taking away from how good Herbie Farnworth is, because he is consistently in that top 2 regardless. Consistently. Damn, so sorry, I didn't know AKP was Loffy, my bad. Yeah, his nickname's Loff or Loffy, yeah. But you can call him AKP. But easier just to say Loff or Loffy. Roosters Latrell was something else. Roosters Latrell was something else, but he's looking like Roosters Latrell right now for the Rabbitohs. He is scoring tries at a crazy rate for South Sydney. You're going to probably find out tonight, Jossie. I don't mean that in a bad way, but with that being said, like, you might be about to find that out tonight, because Trell has been on some serious form in that centre. Centre position is so stacked at the moment. Absolutely, yeah. The centre is absolutely stacked. And the Dolphins are at the 5. And I'll tell you what, if Jojo Fafita was playing for a better club, like he was playing for a Panthers, or he was playing for, one of these bigger teams, even like a Warriors, I think that he would get a lot more raps that he deserves. I think that he is a top centre, but because he plays for the Titans, he's held out, hung and dry. That's a knock on from the Dolphins after points. Happens every time for every single team. Dead set. It's my biggest grind in rugby league. Teams dropping the ball after points. Happens every time, bro. Every time. Especially for my club. Especially for the Titans. And that's why I guess it grinds me so much. First tackle over the Warriors, and they're going to be at the 20. Even Purdue and Jojo are showing a bit of something. I'm telling you, Jojo is one of the more underrated players in the league. But because he plays for the Titans, he won't get the recommendations. Second tackle here for the Warriors. They go to the right. Wade Egan, Tanner Boyd at the back here. Chance, Tane 12. Picky taken to the 5. Third tackle might have been an obstruction if they scored there, so they're probably happy he got tackled. Tanner Boyd to Jackson Ford. He'll be at the 15. Not a good run there. 4th tackle. They go Wade Egan to Aaron Clark. Tanner Boyd, short ball into the line for Kurt Catewell. And he's going to be 5th tackle here, 4 metres away from the line. 5th tackle. Wade Egan. They go through, play. Oh, Dolphins pick it. No, it's a knock on, I think, Dolphins. Yeah, he's lost the ball, so it's going to be Warriors 6 again at the 10. Put a 50 on Trell for a double. Don't mind it, man. The Storm defense in the centers, the Storm defense in general is just not great. If the Rabbitohs lose, they still could see Trell get a couple of tries, because I could see them really getting pumped with Trell. Like, he could be on for a massive game, unless the Storm turn up and show what, they have been in the past, but I don't have any faith in them doing that at the moment until proven otherwise. First tackle of the Warriors, the 5. I think it's a sneaky shout. First tackle, Warriors, Wade Egan, Tanner Boyd off to Fisher Harris, and Fisher Harris is going to be 4 metres away from the line. Jenkins has almost set everyone. Oh, Warriors, Tanner Boyd, chance, Lafayette Campera at the 10. He cuts back in, he's moving, he'll be taken down 8 metres away from the line. They do typically call those high, but they didn't call that one. Aaron Clark, that's come out the back. Tanner Boyd at the 10. Was that touched by Dolphin? It was. 6 again coming up here for the Warriors, 10 metres away. And 0 tackle as well. Aaron Clark is 4 metres out from the line. He'll roll it back to Wade Egan. Egan to Tanner Boyd. Tanner steps himself. He's going to be 4 metres away from the line. Here's second tackle. I'm talking myself more into tipping the Rabbitohs in that next game, even though it's a really difficult tip. I'm talking myself into it right now, really. Aaron Clark, Harris to Vita, quick passing. Tane to a Piggy. Oh, offloads it. Warriors. Lafayette Campera, good scramble defense from the Dolphins. Back at the 10. Good scramble from the Dolphins there. Third tackle. And it will be a Tuivasa-Sheck to Harris to Vita. Harris to Vita steps again. Wade Egan, Fisher Harris just need a hit up here, man. Just need a hit up because that was a broken play. 10 metres out from the line. They roll it back to Wade Egan. He goes to Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd at the back. Tane to a Picky. I don't know. This could be a try for Delaware Lesniak. It might not be. I don't know. They will go for the try. They'll call it as a try here early doors. This will be interesting to see if they call it as a try. I will say the Dolphins' defense just then was pretty good for the most part, but again, they still got broken down that right-hand side. We'll have to see if this is a knock-on or if there is something else happens here, because it is tough to call. Tanner Boyd, Taintua Picky. I need to see what happens on a closer look here with this ball. Taintua Picky. Oh, yeah, it's a knock-on from the Dolphins. Unless it's an obstruction on the inside, it's a knock-on from the Dolphins. If they clear the obstruction on the inside, then this is a try. As long as they clear that play on the inside. Did it go forward? It went forward off the Dolphins. And here's the no try on the inside. Yep, it's going to be the obstruction, lads. Yep. It's not the knock-on. There's no knock-on for the Warriors, but there's going to be an obstruction just inside. And this is a consistent call. He has not run through the line. He has come into contact with a player. And it is... Oh, Lecker's having a rough game, dude. Yeah, it causes Farnsworth to have to come in. It's like it's a 3-on-2. Lecker's having a really poor game here. He's given away 3 penalties already. 3 penalties, so no try to the Warriors, and it'll be a penalty to the Dolphins. Great defense. No, it has been pretty good defense from the Dolphins. Gary says, Tanner Boyd's quality seems to have so much time and space. It's amazing what going to a different club can do for you. It does amaze me, though, that I do get a lot of comments from certain Warriors fans, not all, but like a lot of Warriors fans saying, you know, like, thank you to the Titans, you really could have used these guys now, couldn't you? It's not correct. You know, they're playing well for the Warriors, and that's great to see. But that doesn't mean that keeping them, they would have been the players that they are now. Like, they've come to the Warriors and they're doing well, and I'm so happy and proud to see them doing well. I know those guys. Like, oh, that's going to be a penalty here too, the Dolphins. Oh, Leka Halasima, that's his 4th penalty he's given away today. Oh my gosh, Leka Halasima has given away 4 penalties today. 4 penalties today. They're going to challenge this here, the Warriors. They're challenging the decision and saying that it should be a knock-on. Leka Halasima, if this is unsuccessful, not only do they lose the challenge from it, but it'll be the 4th penalty he's given away. Ruling of strip. I think he's just lost his ball. No, I think this is going to be a successful challenge. I think this is going to be Warriors ball at the 35. I think this should be a successful challenge. Gary says, wow, why did he leave the Titans, the best team in the NRL? Yeah, look, best team in the NRL for sure. It just wasn't going well for us, mate. You know, I love Tan. You know, I was super close with Tan when he was there. You know, he's a great bloke, man. You know, we'd cry with each other after games. We'd talk about, you know, the good moments and the bad moments, and you know, we went through the pain ultimately together. So I will always love Tan and want the best for him, man. And it was just the right time for him to leave. He wasn't going to go well at Gold Coast. He'd been there for long enough, and it just wasn't coming forward. And he's gone to the Wars, and he's working out. So I'm super happy for it. But there comes a time in a player's career where you need to make that change, and he does, and he did, and I'm happy for him. So it's 1-1 in regards to challenges remaining, because the Warriors do win the challenge. So lucky for Leka, it's not his 4th penalty of the game. If I'm Andrew Webster, I'm taking Leka off for a rest and putting someone else on. I wouldn't be right this very second. Then put Leka on a bit later when he's had a time to reset mentally. If that was that 4th penalty, sure. But with the 3 penalties, I'm okay with it, because at the end of the day, he's actually forcing errors just now. Wade Egan to Aaron Clark. Aaron Clark at the back to Taintua Picky, and Tain will be at the 35 on second tackle. You have always said the best thing he did is move to New Zealand. Yes, absolutely, the best thing he did is move there. Especially with the fact that their halfback wasn't getting the attack in place that they thought. It was a falsity in regards to. Oh, that's a knock-on from Leka Halasima. Okay, yeah, I'm going to start to agree. Leka's having a really bad game. Yeah, taking him off could also hurt his confidence, though, absolutely. But that knock-on just then is brutal. First tackle of the Dolphins at 35. So he has given away 3 penalties, and now he's knocked the ball on. Second tackle here for the Dolphins at the 44. Much better game than the previous one, that's for sure. Max Plath will be at the 50 on third tackle. Oh, he's tried to offload that. That was not going to be the right play from Flegler. Avarillo, short ball, and that was a hospital short ball into the line, but he'll get the offload away, Lemuelu. Max Platt with a strong run to the 28 and 4 tackle. They go back to Max Platt, then off to Isai Katoa. Katoa to Hamiso. Then out to Trey Fuller. Jermaine Sarko. I've got to be honest with you, Warriors. You are currently losing this game. I've got to be honest with you because of Leka Halasima. He is currently losing you this game. Because you have had such unreal opportunities, but he has given away 3 penalties and then knocked the ball on just now as well. The Dolphins have gone straight up the other end of the field and scored. We know the Dolphins can score tries. We know that. They can't really defense. So if you go, and they had a good defensive set just before, but if you're going to keep attacking the line, you're going to score at some stage against them. But unfortunately, Leka has been your biggest detriment to your team today. He's given away 3 penalties, nearly 4 if they didn't challenge it, and a knock-on from him just then. So the Dolphins will take the lead here at 10-6, and it's about to be 12-6 because the Warriors were lazy in regards to defense and keeping him out on the wing as well. They let him literally walk underneath the post. He just walks underneath the post, not a single Warrior in sight to prevent him from going underneath the post and the try. Aaron says, Leka the best Dolphins player on the field. Right now, he's playing unbelievable for the Dolphins. Damn11 says, if I was Webby, I'll be getting someone like RTS to go over and let Leka know just to calm down, take a deep breath and reset. Yeah, he definitely needs to. He definitely needs somebody to come to him and have a chat to him at the moment. I love he got that down under the post. That would have made his coach give beat. That would make Andrew Webster fume at the Warriors defense for allowing him to come all the way inside there to put it under the post. You got to make him earn it, man. That's not making him earn it. Jermaine Sarko gets the conversion and it is 12 points to 6 after 19 minutes here. Like, the early possession has been all Wars, but the Dolphins came up trumps. They did their job. JC doesn't look too happy in his new post. I haven't seen it yet. I'll look at it later. I'm sure he wouldn't be. I'm sure it's an epic blow-up. It should be an epic blow-up because that was disgraceful today. From a Dragons perspective, absolutely disgraceful. From a Roosters perspective, kits are off. Kits are off. The party's on. And they didn't make as many errors as they typically do as well. So the the Dolphins, they'll be at the 15 on first tackle. 20 minutes gone in the first half, 20 minutes to go until half time. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here. Would you like to have seen the Titans players in New Zealand now under Hane? Maybe, yeah, Loffy I probably would have, to be fair. I would have liked it. I would have liked to see what Loff could have done under him. Yeah, to Aaron. I just think that Tan, it wasn't going to work out with us. But sure, yeah, the answer is probably sure, but it's all in hindsight. That's all in hindsight. Just check JC's post. That's the best post I've seen. Okay. Okay. I'm going to quickly, briefly look at it. While there's an injury here to Wade Egan, God bless him. Okay, hold on. Oh, he's literally just upside down on the chair. Yep, look, I get it. Yep, no, I get it. He hasn't posted a video yet. Wait for that one. 4th tackle here for the Dolphins. And they're going to be at the 50. It seems JC has collapsed face first in the stands at Allianz Stadium, home of the South Sydney Rabbitohs. 6 again here for the Dolphins. Warriors, you are really allowing the Dolphins to have their way with you at the moment. 2nd tackle here for the Dolphins. They're going to be at the 22. And Tom Gilbert gives it back to Max Plath. Then to Isai Katoa. Katoa off to Hamiso. Hamiso Trey Fuller. They're killing him on this right-hand side. Jermaine Sarko, I think, has scored in the corner. I think he scored in the corner here to make it 16 points to 6. Warriors, they are getting done over at the moment. I would back in Jermaine to have got this ball down too. I would. This is the kind of the loss the Warriors do have. And whilst I was confident the Wars, this is the kind of loss the Wars do, man. They should be winning this game, man. They really should be winning this one. But right now, they are disappointing greatly. And the Warriors defense out on that left edge, not fantastic. But that is a try there for Jermaine Sarko. Good put down. Yeah, way too easy there. Just way too easy. And Sarko scores in the corner. At least they're forcing him to earn the conversion, though, on the corner. You did say this about 22 minutes ago. That's what I said. The Warriors, you tip them confidently, but they do have performances like this in them, where you fully expect them to win, and then they'll go and do something like this. Spoken into existence. No, it just exists, mate. It literally just exists this way. Unfortunately for Warriors fans, just exists this way. What does at least Panthers beat them last week have anything to do with any conversation that we are having right now? What does the Panthers have to do with this conversation whatsoever, Elijah? Royal Grand Majesty says, weren't Finns a try-scoring machine last year? I think they're just coming back into the rhythm now. That's very immediate reaction. That's a very, very immediate reaction. They were awful in the first half last week before scoring a few tries in the second half last week. They haven't scored that many tries this season, and we're basing that off of the first 22 minutes here against the Warriors, or unless you're talking about the second half of the Panthers game last week, because they were held to, I think, 0 in the first half last week. So I think that's in a very immediate reactionary thought process. But last year, sure, yeah, last year that does go over the post. That is a conversion. It's 18 points to 6. Last year they were a juggernaut in regards to scoring, but they couldn't defend. But I think that's a really immediate reaction to something that we haven't seen on any form of consistent level in regards to them getting their rhythm back attacking-wise yet. A lot of the tries this year for all the Finns have come in garbage time. You're right, Clem, mate. So 18 and a half minutes to go in the first half. It is 18-6 to the Dolphins. The Warriors are actually getting done over through the middle, realistically, is what I'd probably say. And the Dolphins will grab this ball at the 5, but this just shows you how difficult this rugby league season is. Tigers fans, you would be loving this, because this would keep you in second for the round if the Warriors are to go on and lose this game. It was meant to come out this week, Brighton, but I'll do it. I'll do it this week. It was meant to come out last week, but I'll do it this week. Yeah. Well, I don't think I did call you Clam, mate, but I'll call you Clam, mate. 4th tackle here at the 42. So the Dolphins now at the 44. Tom Gilbert, 5th tackle at the 48. Off to Isaiah Katoa, and he will kick this ball down to the 20, where... Oh, that's tackle without the ball. There's going to be a tackle without the ball here, I reckon. This is the Dolphins may score here, but I'm pretty certain this is going to be a no try and a penalty to the Warriors. I actually don't even know why we're looking at this. This is a pretty obvious no try. He's definitely contacted Loffy before the ball has even arrived. So this will be a no try, and the Warriors will get a penalty from it. They're all onside. That's fine. Well, Max Platt is offside there, but I don't know if Max Platt actually comes into the play. They're all fine on the right-hand side, though. Loffy and Isako. Isako will... He has... Oh, well before. 100% a penalty to the Warriors. Jermaine Isako has hit him, like, literally a second before the ball has even come down, so it's a penalty to the Warriors here. Another 10 million tries and no hit on the multi. I swear, if Isako scores again, I'm throwing the TV out the window. Yeah, timing was a bit how you come from Isako. Yeah, well before. I don't even know why we had to go to the bunker for that. Like, that was a pretty obvious call from the start. And the Warriors, they'll get this ball out to the 40. They really needed something to go their way, though, because it has been all Dolphins over these last 10 minutes. Fisher Harris comes off the field, but the Warriors, they bring this ball through Rodder to Avasa-Sheck into the attacking half on first tackle. Wade Egan to Mitchell Barnett, and Barnett here at the 40 on second tackle. Sean says, 27 likes with 200 watching. Hit the button, smack the button. Smack the like button if you haven't already. Jackson Ford, he'll get crunched down to the 35. No, he hasn't lost that ball. Gilbert was trying to claim it. They go quickly. It's Wade Egan. Tane to a piggy! Tane to a piggy! Tane to a piggy at the 5. Great run, though. Great run. Herbie's trying to get that one-on-one strip. He's really good at one-on-one strips, Herbie Farnworth. That was a great run from the Waz. Good work there from the Dolphins to get back and scramble for it. Tanner Boyd, Aaron Clark, short ball to Barnett. And Barnett's going to be about 12 metres away here from the line. Fit tackle. Wade Egan goes to Tanner Boyd, 10 metres out. He gets it across. Knock on Herbie Farnworth, who's going for the intercept. Going for the intercept, but unfortunately he will knock it on. You got very lucky there, Warriors. But if Farnworth doesn't even touch that, then it would have been... There's the mouse much. I could get around him. It would have been a try that right wing, but Farnworth goes for the big ballsy play. Unfortunately, it doesn't come off for him, but I do rate the attempt. Meister, let's go to the Warriors. Looking pretty difficult at the moment. If Herbie gets that ball, maybe Loft catches him, but like Herbie's got some pace to him still. He's one guy, so I told you. Tell me what. Warriors now, left-hand side. Lofiana Khan-Pereira, and Lofiana Khan-Pereira is going to be at the 5. I can't wait for this, I told you. I can't wait for this ego boost to yourself. What are you circle jerking yourself about? I'm looking forward to this. Mai says, try time Warriors. Well, the Warriors haven't scored just yet, but if they do score, you've done it too early, and we're going to be timing you out. Aaron Clark! Oh, 2 meters out even the line. 2 meters out. It's Wade Egan, quick. Oh, there's a knock on there from the Dolphins. So this is going to be Warriors ball, 10 meters away from the line. 10 meters away. Oh, is it a penalty, is it? No, it's just a knock on. Miso going for the intercept again. They're really trying to go that big ballsy play. NRL keep using the tagline now, expect the unpredictable. That applies for all teams besides the Dragons. Yeah, it does. It does apply to every single team besides the Dragons, and maybe this... Well, no, expect it with the Storm too, but just on the negative side at the moment. Tainto a picky, they go quickly. Dallin Watani's Lesniak! Try top of the corner for Dallin Watani's Lesniak. Dallin Watani's Lesniak with the try top of the corner straight away off of the scrum. And way too easy, and this week is just points aplenty. We are seeing so many points in Rugby League at the moment, and this game is not disappointing in that factor. 18-10 with a kick to come to the Warriors from the sideline. Dan says, chee-hoo! Chee-hoo! Let's go. 14 minutes left. Tane's really evident in today's game for mine. And most of these tries have actually been quite easy, to be fair, from both teams. As in, both defenses have been a little bit rough today. I don't think there's a great deal of missed tackles, so the efficiency will actually be pretty good in regards to tackle efficiency. But the tries that are being scored, no one's getting a touch on the player. I'm going to quickly confirm this with the missed tackle count. Missed tackles, oh wow, I'm wrong. 17 missed tackles to the Warriors already is actually quite crazy. That's about to go above the average of missed tackles with 13 minutes to spare. Dolphins at 9, so I was right about the Dolphins, but 17 for the Warriors is crazy with 13 minutes left here. Kariyama Brass says, hey mate, how are you? Going alright. At least we've got a better game here than the last one between the Dragons and the Roosters. That was a shocker. 62-16, yikes. Tanner Boyd from the sideline. And it will stay 18 points to 10 with 13 minutes to go here of the first half. Just letting the Dolphins be sneaky. You know, he's just letting the Dolphins think they've got this win when they don't have Jack. The whistle has stayed in the pocket so far. It has been good to see that the penalties haven't been aplenty. Still waiting for the I told you so New Zealand guy. I'm looking forward to hearing the I told you so. Still waiting for it. From the NRL guru, that is the New Zealand guy. He told me. Can't admit what he told me, but he told me, apparently. So Warriors to receive this ball. Is a crucial kick to miss, though. So the Warriors, Mitchell Barnett brings out of the in goal. I don't know, Highlanders. That's what I'm asking. He doesn't want to tell me for some reason. So Wade Egan will go to Leka Halasima, and he'll bring it now to the 15. There's a penalty to the Warriors. That's massive. They needed it. They really needed it. Penalty to the Warriors for offside. Have you noticed the lack of 6 against in the game so far this week and only 4 in that last game? Yeah, they have really been lacking in 6 against, which is great to see. And yet we're still seeing a ridiculous amount of points. There was an argument that the 6 against are the reason why points are just aplenty at the moment. It's shown that they're scoring points regardless. Yeah, there hasn't been a great deal of 6 against this round. This looks like a high-scoring game. Olivia, what game doesn't look like a high-scoring game? Tanner Boyd to Mitchell Barnett. And Barnett's going to be at the 45 on the Dolphins side of the field. Second tackle. Well, 6 again here for the Warriors, as we're speaking about. Aaron Clark's away. Aaron Clark through the line at the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. What a run by the big old Ayers. He's 5 metres out from the line. First tackle. Huge run there by Aaron Clark. And the Warriors' momentum. It's all them at the moment. Leka Halasima taking it down to the 3 on second tackle. Massive game of just runs at the moment. Wade Egan. He'll get it to Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd short to Jackson Ford, who is going to be 5 metres out from the line. Wade Egan, Mitchell Barnett. Oh, big tackle, 2 metres out by Hamiso and Max Plath. They roll it back to Wade Egan. He'll get it out to Tanner Boyd. They're looking down on numbers. Alofiana Pereira! Luffy with a try time for the Warriors, and it's 18-14 with a kick to come to the Warriors from the left-hand touchline. And the Warriors are well and truly back in this game. The Loff with 2 tries. I'm telling you, by the end of his career, Alofiana Pereira could break the try-scoring record. And on his try-scoring rate in games, it's actually quite likely. Because how many tries has he scored so far in his career? It's a lot. It is a lot. Let's have a look. Alofiana Pereira, in his career, he has scored 57 tries now. They haven't included the 2 tries from today. So 57 tries. He is... he was born in 2001, so what does that make him? To be fair, he's a little bit older than I thought, to be fair. So he's 25 this year, but he's got 57 tries to his name. But also, him not playing a lot of last year really hurt that. Anyway, long story short, I back him in. I back him in by the end of his career. His ratio is nuts for his games played. Yeah, it's just that unfortunately Des was a real crucial blow to his career. 19 career doubles is crazy already, yeah. Well, what's the record again? The record is what Alex Johnson is currently doing, bro. Alex Johnson is currently the record holder. So whatever Alex Johnson's on, plus whatever he gets here today. And that's the issue, is that obviously Johnson's still putting more tries on the board. And Tanner will not make the kick. So we'll stay 18-14 here to the Dolphins. 10 minutes to go in the first half here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. 2:15 sounds about right, Brighton. It'll be around that anyway. Could be 2:15. I think Tupou could catch Johnson once he retires eventually too. Tupou's older than Alex Johnson. No way. No way. Daniel Tupou is what, 35? I think Alex Johnson's 32. Tupou age. Daniel Tupou age, he is 34 years old, going on 35 this year. Alex Johnston age is 31 years old. No way. No way. No way. That'd be ridiculous. Unless it's an injury. The only thing that would change that would be an injury. God bless. Touch wood. That doesn't happen. But no way. No chance. Unless Johnson retired early. Because Tupou is 35 years old this year. Yeah, AJ still has plenty of time under his belt, Brian. And the Rabbitohs are looking to come into their peak again now. Over the next couple of years. Which is even better for him. Jackson Ford, third tackle here to the 25. Kafusi comes on for Flegler. This guy could hit 250 plus. It's not out of the world. Yeah, definitely. I would say that 250 plus would mean, I think, yeah, he's between 5'17 and 5'18 or so right now. You could see him get it next year. Yeah, for 250. You can't, yeah, Tan's going to stop forfeiting the kicks, Brenton, for sure. That's 100%. He's got to stop forfeiting the kicks. But the Dolphins will grab this ball to 15 through Selwyn Cobbo, and Cobbo takes it out to the 30, because again, it's 3 tries apiece right now. It's just the Dolphins have got the conversions. AJ will wait until PNG comes in before ever retiring. Well, PNG's meant to come in 2028 if they get off the ground. Wingers do slow down, but AJ's got the skill to compete. Sure, but Daniel Tupou's still cracking on strong. He's 35. 300 then retire at 35. If he goes till 35 and is pretty injury-free throughout the next 4 years, I do not think 300 is out of the equation. Felice Kafusi, Isaiah Katoa at the back, quick pass. Herbie Farmworth taken down at the 42. No, you wish that's no way is that. No, get up, Herbie Farmworth. Get up, bro. Play the ball. And Isaiah Katoa, That was just sad to see Farnworth begging that one. It'll be a Warriors ball here at the 15. Penalty for tackling in the air. Herbie Farnworth begging for that one. It's so sad. Damn Jenkins' stint at the Knights really messed up his try-scoring ratio. He's on 34 tries in 39 games. Yeah, the Knights did really hurt him there. But this is a penalty to the Dolphins for tackling in the air. A penalty to the Warriors for tackling in the air. AJ can put on 10 tries a year for the next 4 years to be the same age. AJ is probably going to be this year. What's he on this year specifically? And how old's Jenkins, by the way, Blake? It's a harsh penalty. Well, no, he was still in the air, so it's a penalty. Same with Fox, still kicking strong. Even someone like Lottie won a comp at the Bunnies mid-30s. Lottie? Oh, Takiri. Is that what you're saying? Lottie? Second tackle here for the Warriors. Was Lottie Rabbitohs 2014? That doesn't sound right. Is that right? Third tackle here. And they go to Lecker. Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd stabs. He's still going here. He's 24 metres away from the line for tackle. She says, how is that a penalty? Well, he's tackling in the air. He contacts him in the air. They kick this ball through. Harris to Vida. The ball bounces in for the Dolphins. It'll be 5 metres out from their own line. First tackle for the Dolphins. Takiri was at the Rabbitohs 2014. Jeez, my time perception right now is a bit off. Oh, nearly lost that ball there. Second tackle. And they'll bring it out to the 15 on third tackle. Nice stuff of anyone's try scoring. Kaipis Paul is proof of that. Well, Kaipis Paul hasn't scored an amazing amount of tries this year for the Tigers. He's scored a couple for sure. I don't think he's scored in a couple of weeks now, has he? He didn't score on Thursday, did he? Fifth tackle at 35. I can't spell to save my life. I think Jenkins is older than he looks. I feel like he's maybe 25, 26. Off the top, I have no idea. That's just a guess, really. Tane Tuapiki, not based off of career length, but I feel like he was a late bloomer, rugby league-wise. Oh, 25. Okay, yeah, so I was close enough. Actually, I said 25, 26, yeah. Second tackle now for the Warriors, and Dallin Martinez Lesniak brings it to the 40, gets off to Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd's a Lecker, and Lecker right through. Lecker, oh no, it's not even Lecker. That's Leah Tower. Leah Tower at the 40, the 35. He's still going here, Leah Tower. And it'll be taken down 35 metres away. Third tackle. No one's at the play the ball. Oh, that's so bad for the Warriors. But luckily they got it. But they just wasted a tackle just now. Fourth tackle at 35. You've got to get to that play the ball, man. Off to Barnett, who is 30 metres away here from the line. Fifth tackle. Oh, you just ruined all the momentum from that set, from that run from Leah Tower. They go to the right. Tanner Boyd. He'll put that ball up in the air. Where's the chase? Chase is good. There's a player being impacted. And the Warriors will offload. It's a penalty coming up, I think, for the Warriors. There is an escort. Yep, we saw the players come in and collided with each other, sorry. Farnworth will be penalised for an escort. Who am I says, as a Wars fan, could you please put the fraud alert next to the Warriors? Mate, appreciate it. I can't do that, man. At the end of the day, they are in third position with a chance going into second. If they lost this game, I still don't know if I'd do it, but like I've been pretty gracious to the Warriors. I could have. Oh, Mitchell Barnett! So close. I know what you're saying, but no, I couldn't do it. I've been pretty gracious to them though. I didn't put him even on fraud load after losing to the Tigers and the Sharks when they probably should have gone on it. To be fair, Jackson Ford is 10 metres away from the line, but no, this game's still well and truly on. And I know the frustration, but it's still well and truly on. And ultimately, you are still in the top 3, third tackle, and pretty much in the top 4, regardless win or lose. Wade Egan off to Vaimelga. Gets it to Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd, 3 metres away from the line, 4th tackle. Yeah, well, Daz, are you surprised right now? Have a look at where the Dogs have come since they've been in first when I would have put them on fraud. Probably should never have come off fraud for the entirety of the duration since. 5th tackle, 10 metres away here from the line. Wade Egan. Tanner Boyd puts that ball up. Lecker! Try time! Lecker, the Lecker Halasima. Lecker Halasima with the try time for the Warriors, and it is 18-18 with a kick to come. Brendan says, can we put the Dogs on Scam? Well, if you were here for the stream on Thursday night, we had the Dogs on Scam. The only reason they're not on Scam here is because they're not on the table. They're outside of the top 9 right now. So, 18-18 with a kick to come. The Waz, Lecker, the Wrecker does get the try. Does get the try. Who am I? Says, I'm forever skeptical as a Wise fan. I agree with you, and I'm sure when my time is up, they will be at my burial to let me down one more time. I agree with you. What I said before this game started was that, and I said this about the Tigers game a couple of weeks ago before the game started as well, is that whilst I'm confident in the Warriors, this the hardest team to be confident for because this team just knows how to lose a game when they just shouldn't be losing. Oh, does he lose this ball? I don't know if he's actually got this ball down. I think this is a no try. Unless the ball goes down there. He called it as a try. The bunker will have to guarantee that this isn't a try, but this is actually quite close. He catches it there. He's still got the ball. Can you guarantee that he's lost this ball? He catches it there. I don't know if you can say there's a guarantee. He's still got his hand on the ball there, and then it goes down there. I think he may call it. I think this still. It's going to be close. Might still. They're going to go to the bunker here. You have to guarantee. But if they're going to the bunker, they're basically saying this is a no try. Well, I will agree that you can say that it's lost forward overall. But from the angle from what you were just showing just then, like he still had his hand on the ball when he said that he lost the ball. But I'm okay with it. I'll call it a no try. I know they're not in the top 8. I just want us to acknowledge that they're still scammers. Yeah, but we put them on scam on Thursday night. We put them. Oh, yesterday. Sorry, they were on the screen as scammers. Dolphins choke needs to be studied. Not really. Mate, it's only been a 12-point game. Like, it's still first half. Not at all. Trey Fuller. That is such an overreaction. Third tackle now with the Dolphins at 35. Even when we are in our standards, having a good season, we are forever a semi-finals go at best. Great thought process. Because most people don't look at it that way. Most people are just happy to make the top 8. I hate that thought process. Because I'm like, well, what's the point of making the top 8 if you're not a chance to win the comp? I'd rather make the top 8 than not make the top 8, but also, what's the point of being there unless you're going to win a comp? Lewis Simons gets smacked down to 45. Great tackle there from the Warriors. Wasn't the Sharks on scam? Sharks and Bulldogs are both on scam, mate. And Tane to a peak, he grabs that one, and we'll get away from a couple of tackles and take him down to the 20 on first. 2 minutes 40 to go here of the first half. Alofiana Khan Pereira runs this ball to the 25 on second tackle. How's the defender supposed to catch the ball when the attacker comes through and jumps up and bumps them over so there's no way you can catch the ball? At the end of the day, if the attacker is trying to catch the ball and is showing all intention to catch the ball and hasn't gone way too early and is within a competitive range of catching the ball, then there's nothing wrong with it. And the defender needs to do better. Oh, that's going to be a knock on here from the Dolphins. So it's going to be a 0 tackle set here for the Warriors at the 40. Mitchell Barnett offloaded the ball, but the Dolphins touch it. It's a knock on. So 0 tackle for the Warriors at the 40. That's a little bit of a too bad, too sad moment there for what you're trying to suggest. If the player is going up for the ball and is showing clear intention of going for the ball and it's not just ridiculously early that is impacting the play on a complete level, it's a bit of a too bad, too sad. Tanner Boyd, you've got to do better. So go to Tane Tualpiki, and Tane is going to be at the 40 on third tackle. They go to short ball, Jackson Ford right through the line. Jackson Ford at the 10. Jermaine Asako comes, and they save it last second there. Great scramble. The Warriors quickly, Harris to Vida. What on earth are you doing? You break through the line. Pass the ball to the other side of the field, bro. It's amazing. You don't deserve a try. You don't deserve a try. You don't deserve a try, Warriors. Go away. Go away from the try line. You don't deserve it. Any team that breaks through the line, takes all the defenders to the left-hand side, and decides to run the ball up the fucking middle is insane. You are insane. Any team that does this. It's incredible to me that teams make a break, draw all the defenders to the left-hand side of the field, and don't go to the right-hand side of the field. About 90% of the time, when you make a break and go to the other side of the field after the tackle, you are going to score because the defense has come across to stop the tackle and stop the try over here. It's incredible to me that teams still do this. It's a knock on it for the Dolphins at 30. It's incredible to me that teams still fancy going short, straight through where the tackle has just been made. You have dragged all of the defense there. Why would you go there again? It makes no sense. They're clearly going to be short on the opposite side of the field. And then not only that, but it's a hit up from Chanel Harris Tavita, who is a 5'8". They decide to run the ball through Harris Tavita directly to where the defense has been drawn across to. That is really poor rugby league IQ. Really poor. You still might score a try right now, Warriors, but it's amazing because that should have been 1,000,000% a try. Crazy to me, teams do this. 8 seconds to go here of the first half. 5 seconds to go now. They'll get this last play, the ball. Oh, no. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, this will be the last play of the first half. Tanner Boyd, he'll put this ball up into the air, into the corner. The kick goes through, gets knocked back here from the Warriors. Warriors grab it. Kurt Catewell. Knock on there for the Dolphins. Doesn't matter. Is he offside penalty? No, it's just a knock on. It's just a knock on there. So crazy finish there. Crazy finish to that half, but just astounding. We're still waiting here. He hasn't called at half time yet. Okay, there we go. Now it's been called half time. Elijah says, no one cares, they deserve to lose. No, I'm going to time you out because you're really annoying on this stream. You're saying some really stupid shit. Yeah, as a spectator, it pisses me off. Absolutely. It doesn't matter what team it is. It does not matter what team it is. This is a theme that I see way too much in the game. If you make a break, 90% of the time you are scoring on the right-hand side. Not always, but you are scoring on the opposite side. And this goes for the right-hand side or the left-hand side, but I'm just using this as a direct reference. Majority of the time on a significant level, you are scoring if you spread the ball to the opposite side of the field. Instead, they run the ball through Harris Tavita directly back into where the tackle was made. It's incredible. Like, it really is spectacular. Penrith have to get past the Mighty Tigers. They will. Junior says, but I thought this was Rugby Union. 2 crash plays there is abysmal. Oh, man, it's pain-inducing. Pain-inducing to see that. Yeah, I agree, Brenton. Elijah, take the night off, man. Some really poor comments, to be fair. But anyway, we're going to get into the halftime stats here. Good game here. Close game. Dolphins deserving of the lead. But the thing is that it is 3-3 on tries. It's just that, unfortunately, they're 1 from 3 on conversions, the Warriors. So it is a very even game. But again, I believe the Warriors would have taken the lead if they had have just passed the ball to the opposite side of the field just now. But anyway, that's not what they did. And the score is 18-14 to Dolphins. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here. Let's get through the stats. Try scores for the Warriors: Alofiana Khan-Pereira, Delamartini Selesniak, and Alofiana Khan-Pereira with 1 from 3 on the conversions from Tanner Boyd. The Dolphins on 18, they're at Herbie Farnworth, Jermaine Sarko, and Jermaine Sarko with 3 from 3 on the conversions. And then we move down into the possession, 58% possession to the Warriors. So you'd be expecting better from a 58% possession, 42% here for the Dolphins. Now it's 59% for the Warriors to 41% for the Dolphins. You would be expecting much better with that possession. The time of possession is 13 minutes and 57 seconds if the Warriors. This will update more, but 13:57 for the Warriors, 9:44 here for the Dolphins. This is relatively disappointing because it's not the 25-minute threshold. It's just under 25. No, yes, it is. It's just under 25 minutes, about 24 and a half or so, but you want to be seeing 25 minutes worth of gameplay. Now, the completion rate. Warriors, you should be winning this game based off your possession, who's now 60-40, by the way. You're at 14 and a half minutes, and it's gone above the 25-minute threshold. It's 14 minutes 30 for you, 60% possession, 91% completion rate. 80% is the bare minimum that you're looking for. That's the marker. You're at 90, now 2%. 92%, 23 from 25. That is near enough perfect. That is an incredible first half. You're winning the possession. You're demolishing the completion rate. The Dolphins have a 76% completion rate. So they're underneath 80% right now at 13 from 17. It's not awful, but it's not hitting the threshold. So the Warriors are winning by 16% on the completion rate with a spectacular 92% with more possession. And they're down by 4 points. So what is the issue here? The issue is that they've given up some pretty weak tries, and realistically, these stats don't suggest that they should be doing that. You go to the runs, 92 runs here, 93 runs for the Warriors with 848 run meters. So that means that they are about 82 meters behind the 10 meters on average per run that you're looking for, whilst the Dolphins are at 71 for 686 run meters. So the Dolphins are actually doing slightly better with the ball in hand. They've had far less amount of the ball, but they are doing slightly better with it because they're only 24 metres behind the 10 metres per average per run, whilst you are, it's 93 for 848, so that is essentially, 82 run metres behind. So 82 run metres behind for you, whilst the Dolphins are close enough to the 10 metres on average per run, like 24. So if you were to give the extra 22 runs to the Dolphins to bring them to the 93, which would be then an extra 220 metres you would add on. That would go to 786, that would go to 886, that would go past 900. That'd be into about 906 is what the Dolphins would be on a similar, on the same amount of ball as the Warriors, which would be about 70 odd metres above where the Warriors are at. So that shows that the Dolphins are doing more with the ball when they've got it. And the average set distance is going to prove my point in a second. You go to the post-contact metres here, 269 for the Warriors, 219 here for the Dolphins. So that's a separator of about 50, literally 50 on the dot. With 22 extra runs, it's probably quite equal. I wouldn't say there's a clear leader between the two of them there. Line breaks, though. Warriors, you have had 7 line breaks here today. 7. The Dolphins, granted, have had some pretty good scramble defense, but 7 line breaks is crazy. That's wild. A lot of teams don't have 1 line break and a half, let alone 2 line breaks and a half, let alone 7 line breaks and a half. That is incredible. And 2 line breaks for the Dolphins. And they're winning 18-14. You're winning the stats here gigantically for the most part. Maybe not the run meters department, but like on its own pure merit, sure. But this is insane to me. Tackle breaks. A lot of missed tackles in this game. 23 missed tackles from the Warriors. 23 missed tackles from the Dolphins. So the Warriors have got 23 tackle breaks. The Dolphins have 22 tackle breaks. The Warriors have got more tackle breaks than the Dolphins. Most of these stats you're winning right now. Average set distance. Here's to hit home this point. 25 minutes and under is pathetic. Turn the stream off. 25 to 30 is disgusting. 30 to 35 is underwhelming. 35 to 40 is hitting the marker. 40 to 45 is great. 45 to 50 is fantastic. And 50 plus is basically perfect. 34.23 here for the Warriors is underwhelming. You're not hitting the threshold of 35. It's not good enough right now. You need to up that. You need to put that into at least 35. You are underneath that. So that is disappointing. Whilst the Dolphins are at 40.5. So that's the point that I'm making there. Despite the fact that you've got the pure number of 855 to 688 on the run meters, this shows you right now that and now you're down to 33.85 on the average set distance, by the way. You've gone even lower. So 40.5 on the average set distance is about 6 or so meters above, just over 6.5 meters above where the Warriors are at. The Dolphins are in a great category for the average set distance. And then we go to the average play the ball speed. 3.19 seconds. This is ridiculous. 3.19 seconds and below is extremely fast. 3.2 to 3.39 is fast. 3.4 to 3.59 is average. 3.6 to 3.79 is slow. And 3.8 and above is extremely slow. Well, the Dolphins are 3.24 seconds. So that's fast. 3.24 seconds is speedy stuff. The Warriors are at 3.9 seconds. That might be the slowest play the ball I have seen in the NRL this year. That is really slow. That is getting to Super League territory. That is getting to England national team territory. 3.9 seconds is spectacularly slow. So there is a massive gap here of about 0.70 on the play the ball speed, which is a huge telling sign in regards to how this game is playing out right now. We go to the offload 6-2 the Warriors, so they're bumping it up there, but it's nothing crazy, but like they're definitely well and truly winning the offload department. You go to the kick defusal, 67% for the Warriors, 40% here for the Dolphins. We move down to the effective tackle percentage, and both teams in the underwhelming category. 85% on an effective tackle percentage and below is awful. 85% to 88% is underwhelming. 88% and 90% is hitting the marker, and 90% and above is basically perfect. The Warriors are at 85.8% here, so they're getting close to the awful category, but they're in the underwhelming. 139 tackles made is below the typical 160 to 180. The missed tackles of 22 is ridiculous. 15 to 17 is the average. That's 5 extra missed tackles, and that's not normal from this Warriors team. But granted, the Dolphins are a pretty heavy attacking team overall, but 22 missed tackles here from the Warriors is really bad by their standards, but only the 1 ineffective tackle, which is underneath the average of 5 to 7. So that's really good. Ineffective tackles, brilliant. Well under the average. But those missed tackles are really way too high, which is why you are so heavily in the underwhelming category, especially considering you have made over 50 tackles less than the Dolphins. They have got 54 extra meters than you, extra tackles than you, sorry. So that's why when we thought about this missed tackle count, it's actually definitely more so against the Warriors as well. But we go to the effective tackle percentage of 86.94% here for the Dolphins, which is still underwhelming, but yet it is above by about a percentage on the Warriors. 193 tackles made is above the 160, 180. Again, Warriors 139, Dolphins 193. Big gap there in tackles made. One on the under, one on the over. Missed tackles is 23, so only one more missed tackle for the Dolphins despite 54 extra tackles. Only one more. And with the ineffective tackles, they've got 5 more. They've got 6 ineffective tackles. So they're in the middle of the average for ineffective tackles of 5 to 7, and the missed tackles of 23 is 6 above the average of 17. So 29 bad tackles from the Dolphins in the first half, 23 bad tackles from the Warriors in the first half. However, 54 tackles made separates the two of them, which means the Dolphins have to do a lot more defense, which is why their effective tackle percentage is above. So the Warriors need to really lock down those missed tackles. They really do. And these stats suggest that the Warriors should not be losing this game, but they are. And then you go to the negative play. This is crazy. What I'm about to say is actually one of the wildest things for a team winning 18-14. So errors 3 and below is really good, 4 to 6 is average, and 7 above is awful. The Warriors are at 2. You are not making errors here. Your completion rate is fantastic, and you're at 2 errors in the very good category. The Dolphins are not at 7. They're not at 8. They're at 9 errors. How on earth are the Dolphins winning the game with a worse completion rate, far less possession, far more errors, and an error rate that is nearly the worst error rate you're going to see at halftime? I think the only team I've seen this year with a worse error rate was the Cowboys, 42% completion rate, when they had 11 errors 2 weeks ago, or last week, against Manly. 9 errors is ridiculous. That's 7 errors separating the two. How are they winning 18-14 right now? Warriors, I don't understand it. Penalties conceded, also 5 to the Dolphins, 3 to the Warriors. Warriors is bumping up there. Dolphins are very high. 5 penalties conceded is a lot. Ruck infringements, 2-1 Warriors. Inside 10 metres, 2-0 and the Dolphins, and 1-0 on report of the Warriors. This stat line suggests that this should be a blowout to the Warriors. The stats are suggesting that this should be a blowout. You should be winning this game by a lot of points. That stat line suggests that you should be up like 26 points to 6 at halftime, but you're down 18-14. It's actually astounding. So I'm a little bit concerned right now that this is suggesting that your attack is not necessarily going to continue. Now, I'm not going to make such a strong statement about the future based off of one half of footy, because the second half can definitely turn around. But your attack clearly isn't clicking right now. The Dolphins are a team that had 52 put past them by Manly just a couple of weeks ago, mind you, 3 weeks ago. They definitely can concede. They're not a good defensive team whatsoever, even though they've had some good scramble moments today. But again, you've broken their line 7 times. So that shows you can break through them. You have scored 3 tries, the equivalent of what the Dolphins have got. But I am extremely concerned that there is some negative signs here about this Warriors team, who should be up 26-6 with that stat line we just read there. So I'm still going to back in the Warriors to win this game, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Again, it should be 18-18. You've missed 2 of your conversions. But there is definitely room for criticism here. And I don't think that if the game was tied 18-18 at half time, we would have been saying anything differently. We would have been looking at those stats and saying it's ridiculous the Dolphins are on 18. With 9 errors, with a less than 80% completion rate, with far less possession, far less line breaks, less tackle breaks. At the end of the day, Warriors, you should be doing way better in this game. So I'm going to take the Warriors. Still here at half time. Not convinced, though. Cloudmate says, there's no way in the world Hainsey has posted a statement. Surely that's a dig at JC. Yeah, I'm sure it would be. Jacob Alois is up the wires. We're going to come back in second half. I would assume so, but like the criticism is justified. Who says, the Tigers look decent, but they're similar to the Wars, mate. Seem more like a top 8 team, but nothing more. I can see the point of what you're saying. But I don't think that they're necessarily similar to the Warriors yet. We don't know what the Tigers are just yet. Yeah, the Broncos game does hit the impact of the confidence a lot last week, but the Broncos game. However, we don't know. The Warriors, to boost your point, have done this on a consistent level across the last 30 years. But the Tigers, they've been a bottom feeder for the last 15 years. So we don't really know anything about what they're going to do. Maya says match fixed. I'm not even going to respond. Sean says nearly 5 times more errors and 4 points behind. Harden up the Warriors. But the thing is, and again, this is why it's somewhat harsh, is that they have scored the same amount of tries, they've just missed the conversions. So it's like you can't blame the whole team for missed conversions. You can't. Warriors have had a problem with their conversions for like 6 years, 7 years. They've had a problem with their conversions for a very, very long time. So you can't blame the team for that. However, regardless, they should be up by a lot with those stats. Yoga says, I feel what you say regularly. The Warriors don't chip ahead, don't chip through just 2 grubbers a game. This answers mainly the stats disparity. Yeah, because the disparity in the stats is gigantic. It is gigantic. 7 line breaks is ridiculous. We don't usually see teams hit 3.5. We've seen 7 from the Warriors in 1/2. So the Dolphins are out in the field here. The Warriors are coming out too. Give me 1 second here, guys. Just give me 1 moment. I'll be back in a moment. All right, we're back on. But no, I 100% agree, Yoga. There's just no... And this is why I say I'm not going to make a bold statement that the Warriors' attack is not going to continue. I'm not going to do that. But I will say it's something to potentially consider. Because there has been some worrying signs across multiple games where it's like, is this attack just a real strong build at the beginning of this season and it won't go on to continue? I don't know. It's just a question to put out there right this second. But anyway, the second half has started, and the Warriors will bring this ball to the 15 on first tackle. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Footy Dad, I'm adding Sloan to my reverse origin team. Yeah, no, add him in, man. Add him in for sure. Herbie lifting Tane is the equivalent of Eddie Hall grabbing 2 dumbbells in the gym. 2 kilogram dumbbells in the gym, yeah. Third tackle now for the Warriors. They'll be at the 33. And just to re-emphasise, I am still taking the Warriors here. Not convincingly, but I am still taking them. I do still believe they should win this game, but I'm disappointed with the score in the first half considering the stats. Fifth tackle out to 50. And there's a long way to go. Again, you cannot blame the team for missed conversions, because ultimately the team has done enough to make it 18-18, but it's not 18-18. And also, should have been bigger. Second tackle here for the Dolphins. They'll be at the 30. James, hope you're all doing well with this game. Very stressed with this game, especially with the Dolphins dressed up like the Crusaders here, but I'm still backing my team. I'm still backing your team, but the first half was definitely very questionable. Can AKP go for a double? Loff has got a double. Has Loff not scored? Loffy has scored a double. Loffy's already got a double in this game. Have you watched the game? He's already scored a double, man. Fit tackle out to 45. Felice Kafusi. Max Platt out to Isai Katoa. And he's going to whack this one down to the 5. What'll be interesting with the Dolphins is how are their bodies going to do after a extra time hit out in Darwin, long way away from Wellington, last week in the humid game against the Panthers. The Dolphins' best half last week was clearly their second half. And ultimately their best half is typically the second half. But I just don't know how their bodies are going to go with a flight from Brisbane to Darwin, where they lost in an excruciating fashion against the Panthers of all teams in really hot and humid conditions. A good offload there from Vaimalga. They go to Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd looking for a hole. He'll be taken out to 45 on fit tackle in humid conditions, and they lost in excruciating fashion in 82 minutes or 83 minutes of gameplay. And then not only that, they've had to fly from Darwin all the way over to Wellington, where it would be pretty cold right now. What would be the weather right now in Wellington? Miso is going to bring it out to the 15 here on first tackle. Wellington weather, 12 degrees. So a massive, vast contrast in the games that they've had to play. Massive contrast. New Zealand guy, bro, I'm just going to time you out for the rest of the game. If you, yeah, exactly right, Mitchell. And unless you actually say what you're talking about, I'm just going to time you out. But I didn't even need to do that because Mitchell's already timed you out. I don't know why you've been a dick and not explaining what you're even saying. I don't even know what you're saying. I told you so for. So if the next comment from you isn't, explaining what on earth you're talking about, because I haven't even seen a comment you saying anything here today. I'll just remove you. Fit tackle here for the Dolphins, and they'll beat the 40. Can we just get complete set plays without dropping the ball? The Warriors? Well, the Warriors have only had 2 errors here today, so you can't complain about them dropping the ball or anything like that. Unless you're talking about the Dolphins. The Dolphins have made 9 errors. If you're talking about the Dolphins, then fair, because they've had 9 errors. But if you're talking about the Warriors, they've only had 2 errors here today. The Warriors will bring it to the 23 and get taken back to the 20 on the second tackle. So, yeah, your comment's fine then, Junior, if it's about the Dolphins. Rodda Tuivasa-Sheck will get this ball to the 25 on the third tackle. And now Kurt Catewell. He will be at the 40 on 4th tackle. Hope this goes to Golden Point. It's entirely, nearly likely at this point. It's a good chance. But again, if the Warriors have the same stats as the first half, you would fully expect that they dominate the game. I'm supporting tonight the Dolphins tonight as a Brizzy boy. Well, that makes sense because Broncos fans are Dolphins fans. So the Dolphins will bring it out at the 20 on first tackle. Up the wires, Lecker about to score. Well, he had a try before that got taken off him. But Lecker's had a rough game, man. He has been really poor today. He gave away 3 penalties in the first 10 minutes, nearly a 4th, but they challenged it and it was successful. And then he knocked the ball on at a pretty crucial time. So Lecker's had a really, really tough game here today. He's had a tough couple of weeks, really. There's an injury for the Warriors. Stop the game. Stop the game, referee. There is a player down. My gosh, get a grip of the game. Mitchell Barnett's clearly down. Get a grip of the game, ref. All the Warriors players have stopped because they can see Mitchell Barnett is really down and doesn't know where he is. Barnett's not going to come back in. It's an accidental head clash here with his own player, Harris Savita. But the unfortunate thing for Barnett and why Harris Savita's come out the better of the two is because it's the top of Harris Savita's head rather than the side, whilst it was the side of Barnett. My channel name says that you're going to watch the Storm vs Rabbitohs game after this. I'm live for every single game of Rugby League. I've not missed a single game of Rugby League this year. In the preseason NRL, we're here for every single game. So yes, I will be here for Storm Rabbitohs. Every single one. I think you means Finns fans are Broncos fans, Sir Mr. Streamer, sir. Semantics. Semantics is what I'll say. Smart money on the Warriors getting tipped today. Tipping your team that is in 3rd place. What a genius. Einstein reincarnated. Oh, what? He's saying I told you so in regards to smart money on the Warriors getting tipped today. What? That's what he's saying I told you so for? I don't even understand. Oh, Junior's getting timed out. Junior should know by now. Yeah, you've been timed out for 300 seconds. You've been timed out for 5 minutes. There's only one S in Storm, Junior. When you come back, you can say that comment again. I'm not going to read it out. I'm going to be defiant. I'm going to stand by it. There is only one S in Storm. You made the mistake. Well, that's a little bit of a precursor for the next stream because Storm with 2 S's usually gets used quite a bit in that. Fisher Harris here. He'll punch away from a couple of tackles, and Rodda Tuivasa-Sheck gets the offload. And he'll bring it out to the 35 on 3rd tackle. The head collision reminded me of when the Burgess twins also did the same tackle and bumped their heads together against the Dragons back in 2018. 4th tackle at the 50. Footy Dad says, can't wait for more Storm timeouts when that game starts. Funnily enough, it isn't actually as bad in Storm. Like, the Papua New Guineans who come in who are Storm fans, unfortunately, do say it quite a bit. And I feel bad for timing them out because I feel bad for timing them out. But with that being said, we will time them out. We will time you out. You will be done. You'll be dealt with. If you say Storm with 2 S's, you will be dealt with. And you deserve it. 10 metres out from the line. First tackle for the Dolphins. Nearly went over the sideline, but they do stay in bounds. And now they might get over the sideline this time. Well, good defense here for the Warriors, though. 15 metres out, second tackle. They're not making many metres at all. If I'm the Dolphins, yeah, I'll just run that ball as far away from that sideline as possible because they've nearly been taken out twice. If that's his only comment that isn't I told you so, so I'm guessing that's what he's saying. Well, that doesn't even make sense then. That's just a stupid comment then. Because, again, I also tipped the Warriors. And unless you're, like, taking a piss, I don't understand it. I'm pretty certain he's a Knights fan as well. I don't understand anything about... I think he's drunk. It's Anzac Day, so it would make sense to be drunk. You know, I'm proud of you for being drunk. I'm not proud of you being drunk on Anzac Day, but, you know, good on you for having a good time on Anzac Day. But what are you talking about? Taking a pick, he gets away. Oh, taking under 40. Good run on first tackle. Fred says, Hamisa Tapuaiwhānau. What on earth am I looking at? Daniel Vito, Joseph Leilua, Ben Roberts, Tino, Mossy Maso. What the hell am I reading in the chat, Fred? You're drunk too. What are you talking about? Fisher Harris is going to get this ball to the 38. What's happening in the chat today? I've just seen a comment that involves Daniel Vito. For people who don't know, Daniel Vito used to play with the Dragons and the Titans, and I think he's now a wrestler. But it's such a random comment. What? So that's going to be a knockback here from the Warriors, I think, and then it's a knock-on from the Dolphins. No, a knock-on from the Warriors, and then, so it's the Dolphins ball to 15, it'll be 0 tackle. I think it's his origin team, Blake, yeah. And now the Warriors... Leka Halasima, his 4th penalty. Bro, 4th penalty against Leka Halasima today. Leka, man. Unbelievable. Leka Halasima. Again, is it? Oh, no, it's Vaimalga. My bad. Wait, hold on a second. I thought that was the 4th. They have similar hairstyles. They have similar hairstyles. It was Vaimalga. Hand up. Hand up. Maybe being a bit too harsh there for Leka, but you can understand it based on the first half. It was Vaimalga. What would Sean John 7 do? Banans kick on. Yeah, you need help too. Second tackle now for the Dolphins. They're going to be the 45. Yeah, both Leka and Dimitri look like twins. From a distance, they do look very similar. We're not going to show that comment, Mike. Come on, man. Keep it in line, brother. Keep it in line. Third tackle here at the 50, and Hamiso rolls back to Max Plath. And now they'll be through Ray Stone at the 45 and 4 tackle. Zion Quinn, WWE legend. Absolute legend of the WWE. Happy Farnworth gets the ball offloaded to Max Plath, and he'll be at the 35 on 5th tackle. By the way, Warriors have dominated possession again this second half, but they're still down 18-14. And the Warriors knock the ball on. 0 tackle for the Dolphins. They might not need it. They're going to be 15, 10 metres away, and then they've thrown the ball over the sideline, but this will be coming back. It will be coming back for the Dolphins after no advantage is played. 10 minutes gone in the second half, 30 minutes to go of the game. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here. And they're going to challenge this here, the Warriors. Interesting. Maybe they're saying, maybe the Warriors are suggesting the Dolphins knock this back. Yeah, the Warriors are saying there's no knock-on off the hand of Tane. They must be pretty confident. Would you be keen to do an Origin prediction team? Yeah, I'd be pretty keen to do that. I might do a live stream, because I prefer doing live streams because it has the interaction. And then I can get you guys suggesting as well. A Dolphins player has deliberately just run into the back of a Warriors player just then. Tane. Oh, it's off his head. Oh, then it's come off his hand. What are you challenging? It's definitely come off. It's come off his head into his hand. This is an unsuccessful challenge. Why would you challenge this? Why would you challenge that? It's just going to be, Dolphins ball. Unsuccessful challenge from the Warriors. Why would you challenge that? Wasn't Jerry Marshall King meant to be back either this round next? I'm not too sure. But yeah, this will be, obviously the ball goes to the sideline, but the advantage wasn't played, so. Warriors lose their challenge. Really silly. Really silly. I'd probably do an Origin prediction team, maybe next week to be fair. I'm going to go to Vietnam on Wednesday, but outside of that, like maybe on a... I do need to put my top 8, my power rankings thing out next week. But I could try and figure out to do it either this week or next week. Fred says, the thing about Origin predictions is people just spew bullshit and don't know ball. Fred, this is very rich. Coming from you, Fred. This is very rich. I've seen... Well, are you the same person who drops the most random random predictions of team lists of all time in the chat? I'm pretty certain this is a consistent theme from you. So, sure, I agree with you. But I feel like this year it's very open in regards to predicting Origin teams. Hamiso gets away from 1. He's still going here, Hamiso. He'll be taken down at the 5 on first tackle. This year you'll see a lot of wild predictions. because it is very open to talk about multiple players in multiple different positions in teams and form of players not doing well. Crichton, for example, would normally be a bolter. Oh, they've lost the ball, the Dolphins, and the Warriors will pick it up and they'll bring it to the 15 on 0 tackle. You're right. Very rich coming from you, but you're right. Loffy now brings it to the 20. But I ask you guys the question, who is the other... Latrell 1,000,000% is one of the centres in that Origin team. Who's the other centre that you're going with for New South Wales this year? James Fisher-Harris, third tackle. Don't forget, we'll be live for the Storm versus the Rabbitohs right after this to finish off a big day of Anzac Day Rugby League. Harris Tavita to the 50. Yeah, just... We're that one to be fair. We'll see in the Storm Rabbitohs game, to be fair. Fifth tackle now for the Warriors. They'll beat the 50. No, it's another bloke unless he has multiple counts. So it's not Fred. Well, then Fred's made another random prediction that had Zion, Quinn, Daniel Vito, and Mossy Maso is not a name that I would have ever thought I would hear again in Rugby League. Mossy Maso is an interesting one. Crichton or McLean, but I'd say Crichton. I think Crichton gets it, but I think McLean on form deserves it. To be fair, it should be Trellin and McLean, but Crichton would probably just get it. Even though he's been probably one of the most out-of-form centres in the game this year, in my opinion. Third tackle now at the 25. 28 minutes left. Oh, that's a bad play the ball. That's a bad play the ball, referee. Well, Trey Fuller's going to be taken very close to the sideline there. He's going to be at the 40. And they're going to call penalty. Yeah, I agree. But also, you're wild, referee. You're wild. He's one of the worst referees in the game. You're wild for not calling that bad play the ball. I don't care how it's pronounced right now, Fred. I'm not going to care. I don't care how his name's pronounced right this very second. Normally I would, but not right now. So penalty for dragging the tackle player into touch. That's the correct call, but he's off his head for not calling that bad play the ball. Isn't it the World Cup this year, mate? Yeah, Rugby League World Cup later on this year. Yeah, it's going to be huge. It's going to be massive, man. Even though it's a lesser... There's not as many teams in the World Cup this year. It's only 10 teams, I think. And it's a weird structure. Go Rabbitohs have a chance the way the Storm are going. Honestly, the Rabbitohs... I talked myself into tipping them. I think the Rabbitohs should win that game. Oh, that's a lost ball. Warriors. Oh, that's going to be a knock-on from the Warriors. No, they're going to say knock-on Dolphins first. They may... No, they'll say Warriors knock-on. Yeah, so he's a one-on strip into a Warriors knock-on. That is probably right. Trey Fuller, Tuivasa-Sheck. Yeah, it's a strip and it goes forward off of Rog. Yeah, that's the right call. Didn't seem like they were going to call that originally. Dark horses for the World Cup. Oh, man. New Zealand look good. I know that, like, anyone's a dark horse outside of Australia, but I'll go away from Australia and New Zealand. But New Zealand do, right this very second, look like they actually nearly could be close to favouritism, but Australia probably just win it again. Dark horses would have to come from a Tonga or Samoa, but Fiji might have a really good team too. Like they may have Samuela Fainu, Latu Fainu, maybe Mark Nawatawase doesn't get into the Australian team and they put him into Fiji. Apisai Korowisau, Dream Buller, Sonia Taruva. Good tackle there from the Warriors to prevent that going through. And knock on. Great tackle from the Warriors. That's a great tackle from the Warriors. I thought that was going to be a try. That ball looked like it was going to be a beauty, but the Warriors forced the error, and they will get the ball back here at the 15 on their own side of the field. Marcus says Fiji never beats PNG. Sure, but Fiji always finish above PNG. Fiji is a better team than PNG overall, but PNG always beats Fiji. Fiji is always way more competitive when it comes to Rugby League World Cup and way more competitive when it comes to go up against the big dogs, but PNG always beat Fiji. So that point is irrelevant, but you're right, but it's irrelevant to the conversation in regards to, say, who could be a dark horse. PNG, sorry, Papua New Guinea, love them. You're not winning the World Cup. They're not winning the World Cup. And Fiji aren't either, but I would give Fiji a much better chance of going on to win the World Cup than a Papua New Guinea. But also Papua New Guinea would beat Fiji. But that doesn't mean that they're a better team overall collectively than what Fiji do usually offer. Let's go the Warriors, Mike says. Blake says the Fijian Tigers, exactly right. So third tackle now for the Warriors, the 45, and they'll bring the ball to Aaron Clark. He gets a good offload, Wade Egan. Then off to Tate Tuapiki. Tate gets a good step away. He's at the 50. He's the 45 on the Dolphins side of the field. Fourth tackle. That Fiji team sounds stacked. If they can get Nwanga Tuatani, that'll be huge. But yeah, and they'll have Tui Kamikamitha in the forwards. They'll have Viliami Kikau maybe. Vili Bombili maybe plays for them. So if Viliami Viliami Kikau someone to find in the back row is a stacked back row. Knock on from, or might be knocked back here from the Dolphins. That was a knock on from the Dolphins. They may challenge this. And they won't challenge it. Wow, interesting. Oh, well, that was past the 10 seconds. They will challenge it, but that was past the 10 seconds. That rule doesn't even exist. So they're going to challenge this to knock on. I think it's a decent challenge. So Selwyn Cobbo goes up, and unless it goes off of his left hand into Dallin's hand here. Dallin's finger is touching it, and Cobbo doesn't actually get a grasp of it. Yeah, they're going to say that it touches Cobbo, and then Dallin's finger is touching it, and he hasn't got possession of it, so they're going to claim this is a knock-on, so it's a challenge unsuccessful. Both teams have lost their challenge, and the Warriors will get the ball. Seen Rabbits play the Titans go when Latrell and Cody on fire. What does the Titans have to do? Why are we slapping the Titans here? Why are we referencing the Rabbitohs and the Titans? What's the Titans got to do anything with the Rabbitohs right now? We haven't even played the Rabbitohs this year. I'm dead-ass crashing out right now. Yeah, Warriors ball here at the 20. They get relatively lucky with that call, but also winners make their own luck. Fisher-Harris at the 15 on first tackle. They roll it back to Wade Egan, then off to Aaron Clark, and Aaron Clark's going to bring it out to the 5 on second tackle. Here's your chance, Waz. It's been a really tight second half. No points scored from either team in the second half. Wade Egan out to James Fisher-Harris, and he's just going to run this ball straight to the 4 on third tackle. Wade Egan, then to Tanner Boyd. Oh, there was nothing really onto the right-hand side, so I get why you held it. 4 tackle now, 5 metres away from the line. Wade Egan, Aaron Clark, short ball, Fisher-Harris. That was quick passing. I didn't mind it. Could have easily been a knock-on, but it wasn't. Fifth tackle, 3 metres away. Wade Egan, Tanner Boyd kicks it through. This will be a dropout. Yeah, it will be. Dropout coming up here for the Warriors from the Dolphins. Do we think Munster makes the Australian team? He might not, to be honest. Who are you putting in over him? I think he probably still does. But who are you putting over him? What's your halves combo? Nathan Cleary and who? Because Cleary gets in. A little bit of pressure coming from the Warriors, but they've got to find a way to capitalise. I wonder if the Dolphins go short here. They look like they're shaping to go short, but a lot of teams are going long this year. They do go short-ish. It goes to the 20. Oh, I think this is a knock on Dolphins, yeah. Selwyn Cobbo knocked that ball on. It was close. It's actually a good game. This is a really enjoyable game right now. I know if you're a Warriors or a Dolphins fan, your heart would be in your mouth, but as a neutral, it's a great game. Get around here, Sebastian. Up the wires, he says. Junior says, I got Lachlan Galvin as halfback for Australia. Don't time him out for 5 minutes, but just give him 1 minute and send him a message. Send Junior a message, moderators. Just time him out for 1 minute, please. Yeah, send him a message. Blake says, I mean, it probably depends on how he goes in Origin, but I could see Dearden playing over him. Yeah, look valid. Yeah, Dearden and Cleary wouldn't be an awful shout, even though Dearden's really transitioned into more of a 7. But he's offload that ball. Wade Egan, he's at the 10. Tanner Boyd gives it to Kurt Catewell, and Catewell's going to be 10 metres away from the line. Oh, no, he's forward pass. Oh, Warriors. Oh, Warriors. Oh, Warriors. Oh, Warriors. You don't have a challenge either. Oh, they've caught forward. You wouldn't be able to challenge that. Galvin 7, Metcalf 6. That's outrageous. So 22 minutes left here. That's a pretty tough call, to be fair, but anyway, 22 minutes to go. Did anyone see that TPJ is off to Hull to go bopping along? I have no idea what that means, but TPJ off to Hull, fair enough. First tackle now for the Dolphins, and they'll be at the 27 now on second tackle. Jeez, Warriors, man, you've had all, realistically, you should just be up in this game, but you just can't seem to find a way to actually put it over. Good offload there from the Dolphins. Max Plath is going to bring this ball out here to the 40 on 4 tackle. I got Isai Katoa then to Hamiso to Trey Fuller, and Trey Fuller is at the 25 now on fit tackle. Or 35, sorry, on fit tackle. And 50 metres gain. That's a great set. That's into the perfect category of a set. Herbie Farmworth grabs it, kicks it through, and Tane Tuapiki picks it up at the 10. And takes that to 20. He's had some good runbacks at the very least. Be honest, host, with the Panthers performing like this against the Dolphins. What do you mean? The Panthers in the first half dominated. The second half, they fell away. This is a completely different game. The way the game's played out is completely different to that Panthers-Dolphins game last week. So I don't know, what are you insinuating? What are you referring to? Penalty to the Warriors at the 38. That's a huge penalty. Huge penalty that Dallon's got for a high tackle. When it's 20 minutes to go here at the game, folks. Hit that like button and subscribe. Warriors down by 4, but they get a penalty that's going to put them into attacking range. Edson says that Hallisame have been good today. Unfortunately, it's been the complete opposite, man. He's given away quite a few penalties and hasn't really made too much of an impact. Nearly scored a try before, but he did knock the ball on. Has had a crucial knock on at a crucial stage in the first half as well. So, no, Hallisame, unfortunately, has had a really poor game. But I'm sure that he'll bounce back at some stage. He's not had the greatest couple of weeks, if I'm honest with you, but I love him as a player, and I need to see more. That's why I guess I'm a bit more of a harsher critic on him, because I know that he can be a lot better than what he's shown. Tanner Boyd at the 30. They give it to Jackson Ford. Jackson Ford is 25 metres away here from the line. Yeah, being called host is a bit strange. I agree, Brenton. It feels weird. 6 again here for the Warriors. At the 20, Aaron Clark, Fisher Harris. Fisher Harris is 15 metres away here from the line. The Warriors, they're coming. First tackle, Wade Egan, Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd off to Leka Halasima, and he'll be taken down at the 8. Second tackle. Wade Egan gives it to Aaron Clark. Tanner Boyd, short ball. Oh, nearly got through. Was Laban, but he's 5 metres away. Third tackle. Wade Egan, Tanner Boyd, short to Fisher Harris. Not the play at all there from the Warriors, and he'll be taken down at the 6th. Fourth tackle. Dolphins are not a new team anymore. This is their 4th season. Wade Egan gives it off to Tanner Boyd. They give it to Leka Halasima. Halasima is now at the 8. And it's fit tackle. 4 seasons is well and truly long enough. Wade Egan to Tane. Tuapiki! Tries over the Warriors. 18-18 with a kick to come. Tane Tuapiki goes right on through the Dolphins defense. And it's 18-18. Kick to come to take the lead here for the Warriors. The Wars go over. And there is an injury here for the Warriors as well. God bless. A little bit of a biffo happening on the side of it all. God bless. Who is down right now? Is this Leah Tower? Get around your Rhett Quinn for the $2 donation. Appreciate for the support, Rhett. Get around it. But there is a player down who I believe might be Ali Leah Tower, but I can't see because there's so many players in the way right now. They're all having a bit of a biffo. Does that mean there could be an 8-point try if there's been some foul play here? What happened, though? So they just go quickly to the short side on the right. Halasina plays it. Wade Egan, Tane Tuapiki, goes through. Oh, wow, Flegler. That's dog shit. That is dog shit from Flegler. He's taken the player out without the ball. It is a... That's dog shit. Like, he has taken him out without the ball. It was already gone through. But there's still a bit of a biffo happening right now. Like, unfortunately, it is a head clash. But it's come from a really dog shit play from Thomas Flegler here. This is actually really interesting what they're about to call here. That's a bad tackle technique. We have seen that bend this year. A bad tackle technique that was a head clash. We saw that this year be a bend. That was an awful tackle here from Flegler. This needs to be adjudicated on. This is not a surprise with Thomas Flegler as well. We have seen that is complete. There's no mitigation there at all. He's come in way too high. I know it's a head clash, but we have seen that as a bin this year. Here we go. What are they going to call? This could even be a penalty try. Leah Tower stays down. Yep, Flegler's going to get binned here. And deservedly so. It's dog shit. It's dog shit. It's absolutely horrific. There's nothing you could do. I don't care what anyone says. There's nothing that anyone can do to defend Flegler here. In the bin. There he goes. On the port and in the bin. Hey, arguably this should be an 8-point penalty try. Arguably it should be, because this is a penalty on the scoring play. They have scored a try and it's on the scoring play where we've seen a play go to the bin. It is on the scoring play. How would this not be an 8-point try on that rule? Did someone get sent into the bin earlier in this game? In the last game we saw Dragons lose 2 players in the bin. Not in this game. So that's all well and good. The commentary right now is saying that Flegler immediately shows remorse and goes down to apologise. But at the end of the day, it is absolutely a deserved sin bin. This is a track record here, unfortunately, with Thomas Flegler. And they're going to be down for 10 minutes here. For the last 16 minutes 40 to go. He won't come back until there's 6 minutes to go. Leotau won't come back on the field, no way. But it's just really unfortunate what we've just seen just now. And I don't know what the definition of an 8-point try is if you're not giving a 8-point try for that, considering it is a penalty and a bin on the exact play when they scored. How's Clark on tonight? Aaron Clark's been solid, Sebastian, yeah. I cashed up my Waz 13 pass bet at halftime. Damn it. Well, they're not going to get the 8-point. I don't think they've given the 8-point penalty try, but I just don't understand what the definition is then. What's the definition then? What's an 8-point penalty try if that's not a penalty try? So Tanner Boyd gets the kick, and they lead 20 points to 18 with 16.5 minutes to go here of the game. Well, Yoga says the 8-point try is when a penalty happens in the in goal. Was the tackle in the in goal? Is that a specific? Is that specific? Like in the rules? Is it specifically in the in goal? Because I thought it was on the try scoring play. If that's the case, then it's fair that it's not a penalty try. But I thought that it was on the try scoring play if there is a penalty of a significant standard on the try scoring play. But 20 points to 18 to the Warriors with 16.5 minutes to go here in the game, and there is a man in the bin for the Dolphins. Warriors, you surely just shouldn't be losing this game from here. You shouldn't be. James Fisher-Harris brings his ball to the 15 on first tackle. Sam Takatese would never do that. Kingston says up the Waz. Junior says, come on. Oh, they're away here. Aaron Clark, what a beautiful run. He's done this a couple times today. Aaron Clark brings it all the way to the 45 on the attacker side of the field, second tackle. Here come the Waz. Here come the Waz right now. Wade Egan to Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd to the 40. He keeps going. Harris Tavita knock on. You're kidding. You're kidding, Harris Tavita. Wow. You're kidding. Someone says 8-point try in the NRL is awarded when the defender commits foul play, usually a high tackle on an attacker while they are grounded the ball to score a try. Okay. So that was technically off the ball, but it was in the immediate play. That's where my confusion goes. Thank you for explaining that for me. So they'll be at the 40 now on second tackle. Yeah, boy, Dad, you would be spewing that you might miss out on that now. But this is why I hate the cash out option. But also, there's still an entire chance the Dolphins turn up here. We don't always see a team that goes a man up actually capitalise on it and take the advantage from it. The Dolphins will take him down at the 15 now on 4 tackle. Good tackle there from Wade Egan. There's an injury out on the left-hand side for Jake Averillo. God bless him. You can see him grabbing his wrist, I think. 5th tackle for the Dolphins at 13. He's grabbing it like his wrist and his forearm area. Max Platt, they go to the short side. Farmworth offside. Cobbo comes through. Wateen Selesniak grabs it, and he gets away to the 5 on first tackle. Good take there by Dallin. Tanner Boyd now. He'll get it Tane to a pick in. Tane, he'll break through to the 15, second tackle. I've been impressed by Tane's runbacks today. Averillo will come off the field, by the way. And just one more try for Warriors under 48, please. Oh man, it's going to be a hard watch for you in these last few moments. This will be third tackle for the Warriors. The referee has stopped the clock for something. Oh, Jake Averillo, yeah. Fair call. Marcus, there should be 8-point score opportunity taken head high. What is an 8-point try? So no, other people have explained it. It's more so if that have happened on the try scorer himself, so that it becomes null and void when it's not on the try scorer himself, even though, like, at the end of the day, it is a penalty and a sin bin on that play. So I would make the argument that it should be. I would make the argument that it should be, because that on itself, in its own, is a penalty, right? So the clock's off right now, and there's a pause in the game. But my argument, even though this may not be the rule, my argument is that it is the same individual play of the try-scoring act, and it is a penalty on its own merit, and it is a sin bin on its own merit. So I don't understand why it wouldn't justify a 2-point penalty alongside the try that was scored. If you know what I'm saying. So that's my argument. I'm not saying that's the rule, but I would say that should be on its own merit. Basically, yeah, the bin's fine, but it's not punishing them in regards to giving up the 2 points, which they should have, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure I read in the 8-point try as a penalty in goal. Maybe so, but I think you can understand where I'm coming from anyway. Aaron Clark is going to bring this ball here to the 40. 8 minutes to go here at the bin for Thomas Flegler. Has Healy came on for the Warriors? I don't think Healy's been on today, no. Not that I can see anyway. I could be wrong, but I can't see Samuel Healy. I really rate Samuel Healy, but I haven't seen him today. Hamiso gets his ball across into Jermaine Asako, and he'll bring it out to the 25. Nearly lost that ball, but he kept it. Tuapicki's underrated, bro, goes hard. No, I like Tane Tuapicki. He's good, man. Second tackle. I actually prefer him in the fullback over Chance. I prefer Chance in the centres, but then again, the Warriors have got some good centres at the moment. Third tackle now at the 45. Not that Chance is playing today, though. Third tackle, they go to Herbie Farnworth, and he'll bring this ball inside the attacking half to the 43, to the 40 on fourth tackle. Jeez, he's a machine, Herbie Farnworth. Farnworth at the 35. He rolls it back to Thomas Gilbert with the ball. It's Katoa. Hamisa Tabuai-Fidow. He'll get out to Trey Fuller. Jermaine Asako. 1-on-1 on the wing. Good stand-up play there from Lofiana Caprera. They're taking over sideline. No, at the 20. Fifth tackle. What a game, though. Great Anzac Day game. Good crowd here in Wellington as well. And easy take there for the Warriors. Close for tackling there. They're very lucky they didn't get penalised just then, the Dolphins. Tane Tuapicki safe onto the high ball, and Loffy's going to do the hard yards and bring it to the 8. If Finn's losing a close one, I kind of feel for them losing 2 weeks straight by a small margin, once in a sauna, then in a refrigerator. Yeah, and that's why I still backed in the Warriors, despite how disappointed they were in the first half, realistically, with their stats. I just thought that the later this game goes, it's just going to be so difficult with the contrast of the weather differences between the two, and also the long trip between Brisbane to Darwin to Wellington. Where do the Dolphins play next week? Can someone let me know? Are they at home? Technically, that was a home game for them against the Panthers in Darwin. Harris Tavita will whack this one down to the 15. Don't forget, guys, we'll be live right after this for the Storm versus the Rabbitohs at Amy Park. That will be literally live as soon as this game does finish. First tackle here for the Dolphins at 35. Michelle, so I knew the Warriors would win. They haven't won yet. I wouldn't be counting your chickens too early. Don't do a New Zealand guy. Second tackle here for the Dolphins. They're going to be at the 38. Even though he tips the Warriors and then changed it to the Dolphins because we saw his previous comment in the chat. Third tackle here at the 45. That's why I timed out for the rest of the stream because I was just like, I'm not dealing with it. Third tackle. Flegler still got 5.5 minutes in the sin bin. Tom Gilbert, they go to Finifuiaki. He'll be at the 45 on the Dolphins side of the field, on the Warriors side of the field, sorry. Oh, they play at Suncorp next week. Okay, they'll take that. Tom Gilbert. Herbie Farnworth, he gets away from one tackle. He's a tackle breaking machine, but he offloads the ball to the Warriors, and they're going to get the ball at the 40. That's huge. He's trying to chance the arm, but I don't think now's the time for the Dolphins to chance the arm. There's still 12 minutes to go here in the game. You're down a man in the bin until 5 minutes to go in the game. I feel like you can chance the arm a little bit later on and just kind of complete your sets at the moment. It's only 2 points. You know, Jermaine Asako does have a 2-point field goal in him. And also you can try and play for the penalty if you really want to, or you can go for the try. At the end of the day, you're down a man. I don't think taking that risk was really necessary at this moment. So 40 metres away from the line. Sam Healy is on now, by the way. Fisher Harris, Tanner Boyd nearly through. Fifth tackle at the 30. Jeez, he nearly got through. Sam Healy. Then off to Fisher Harris. Then out to Harris Tavita, who puts that one up high in the air. Dallin chasing it through. Knocked back here from the Warriors. Dolphins get the ball to 13. Maya says, Waz can't be jinxed. Take my word. That is the most horrible comment I've nearly ever read in my life. They typically jinx themselves, but they absolutely are one of the teams that could be jinxed, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Ooh, that might be a bad tackle penalty. No, it's fine. It's fine. Dolphins with the ball at the 30. Gilbert's telling him to stay down here. Yeah, you're a sad sack, Gilbert. You're a sad sack. Even if he wasn't injured, Gilbert has forced him to stay down just then. If you look at Tom Gilbert, he has told him, stay down, stay down, stay down. That you're a sad sack, Tom Gilbert. This may be a penalty, and if it's a penalty, I'm glad they deservedly get the penalty. But Tom Gilbert, you are a sad sack. He has told him he hasn't even come down the back of his legs. He has not even come down the back of the legs. Tom Gilbert, you are going to plays like that, forcing plays stay down. I understand the necessity and the feel like the necessity to do it, but he hasn't come down the back of the legs here. The tackle is actually fine. It's awkward in the end, but Gilbert forcing his play to stay down there just then is hilarious. That is hilarious. What? How is it a penalty though? He hasn't come back on the back of his legs. He hasn't come down the back of his legs. How is that a penalty? You've called a hip drop for something where they haven't even come down the back of the legs. The whole point of a hip drop penalty is that it comes down the back of the legs. Oh, I hate that Tom Gilbert's been rewarded for that. Because he hasn't come down on the back of his legs. So how is it a hip drop there? 10 minutes to go here of the game, folks. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here. No, he doesn't come down on the back of anything. It's just an awkward tackle. He comes down really awkwardly in the tackle, but he hasn't come down on the back of his legs. Third tackle here with the Dolphins at the 35. That's going to be Finifi Miyaki, who's going to be 25 metres away here from the line for tackle. Junior says 100% clear. Are you saying it's 100% a penalty? No. It just simply isn't. It just simply isn't. He does not come down to the back of his legs there. Fifth tackle, just because it looks awkward in regards to the way that he's come down to the ground, does not justify a penalty for a hip drop when he hasn't come down to the back of his legs. Fifth tackle here at the 15. They give it to Isai Katoa. And that's going to go through. Oh, drop out. Wow, close. I think this is a dropout. Katoa's going to go. They're going to look at the bunker here. I think this is a dropout, though. Dan says because it's against the Warriors. No, we're not going to start this Warriors hate train in regards to referees. We're not going to do this in the chat. Ty says someone needs to flog Herbie. Why? Junior says hip drop. Are we seriously not calling that? I understand you're a Dolphins fan, Junior, but he puts his ball down here. He puts the ball down there. But you're wrong. You're wrong because he doesn't come down the back of his legs. But Loffy, will he put this ball down? He's actually tackled. They might say he tackles him before he gets the ball here, which will be the second penalty for this game. He's actually touched him before he's got the ball. This is a penalty, Warriors. Yep, this is a penalty to the Warriors here because he's unable to grab to put the ball down because I think that's Trey Fuller who's made the tackle before he gets the ball, so it's a penalty to the Warriors. This game makes up for the shit we got last game. Absolutely, Sean. This is Rugby League. We love Rugby League, and we're getting a great game here between the Warriors and the Dolphins, and it's still well and truly on, but the Warriors, they will get a penalty here to get themselves out of trouble. And Tanner will kick it to the 30, so they're not taking too many risks on the long kick. Dam says that's an 8-point try. What are you talking about? The Warriors will get this ball to the 40 on first tackle. Jeffy says, typical Dragons fans bagging Cade Reed after glazing him a week. What? Cade Reed's getting bagged? There is a far amount of play. Cade Reed shouldn't be getting bagged at all. One is on debut for one of the worst teams we've seen in a very long time. That's amazing if Cade Reed is getting criticised right now. Like, he's not the one that anyone should be going for. Jacob Laban, there's plenty of other players they should be going for. That's insane to me. They get it out to Vaimalga. Oh, knock on Warriors. They keep oh, that's actually a penalty for offside. They're not going to call it, but Vaimalga was in front of him when he picked that ball up there after the knock on. But the Dolphins will receive a scrum. The Warriors have had the opportunity to blow this game away. Again, they've had the better stats throughout the entirety of the game, but they just aren't blowing the game away. They just aren't doing it right now. And they keep knocking the ball on to allow the Dolphins to get the ball back. They're threading a thin line here. And Gilbert's about to return in a minute and a half to go. Junior says Dolphins are going to win this. Okay, mate. So the Dolphins are 35 metres away from their own line. Junior, you're kind of going down a weird path right now. The Wars need the refs to win. You literally just received a beneficial call from the referee. What are you complaining about? What are you criticising right now? At the end of the day, Loffy was taken without the ball there. He tackled him before the ball came. So how are you blaming the referee for that? And then previously, you just received a penalty for a player not coming down to the back of the legs just because it was an awkward tackle. What are you complaining about in regards to the referee? It makes absolutely no sense right now. 4 tackle here at the 40. It's embarrassing. I don't know what you're complaining about right now. So they'll go to the right-hand side with Isai Katoa. And then that will go to Jermaine Sarko. And the Dolphins could still win this game, but I have absolutely no idea what you're crying about in regards to the referee, because it doesn't make sense. A 5th tackle for the Dolphins at the 30. Isaiah Toa is going to put that ball up into the air at the 15, and Hamiso catches it, and there'll be fit tackle. So good work there from the Warriors to lock up the tackle. And the Dolphins should get their man back now. Flegler is about to come back onto the field. Looking at Finn's recent performance, reckon they're in contention for the top 8. Not right. Well, sure, they've competed well against 2 top 4 teams right now, but also they've won as many games as the Titans and the Storm right now, down at the bottom of the table. They've only won the 2 games, but they'll just hope to play an easier team. Like they've had, two of the toughest teams in the competition as we speak. Second tackle here for the Warriors. Oh, knock on Dallin! Oh, they're literally just allowing the Dolphins back into this game. Literally just allowing them back in. The Warriors have knocked the ball on 25 metres out from their line. Dallin has just given the Dolphins a brilliant chance to take the lead in this game. Wowee. That is a bad mistake. Bad mistake. Yoga says he's complaining about the ref because he's still traumatised by the reffing against the Warriors. That was atrocious a few short years back. Anyway, Dolphins ball here at the 25. It's like if he had genuine criticism for the referee based off of something, I'd love to hear it. I'm just not too sure what he's referring to at all. Herbie gets his ball to the 25 on first tackle. Good game here. Brilliant game. First tackle. Herbie Farnworth. This would be soul-crushing for the Dolphins if they do lose back-to-back games by less than 2 points in both games. The Dolphins now at the 20. You're fine, Junior. It's all right, bro. It's all passion, man. Third tackle here at the 10. 5 minutes to go here of the game. Max Platt. He's going to go to the right with Saikatoa. Saikatoa, short ball. Finifiwiaki. He's been good this year, but he'll be taken down to the 5 on 4 tackle. Warriors, you need that real strong defense to come through for you here on Anzac Day. Trey Fuller. He'll get it out to Saikatoa. Across to Gilbert. Gilbert to Max Plath. Dallin Martinez Lesnar comes in. He needed to make the play on Herbie. He does. Hamiso gets the ball from the offload. Trey Fuller now with the ball to 20. He's still going. It's still moving. He's still moving. Oh, nearly got through the line. He's 15 metres out from the line. Fifth tackle for the Dolphins. Max Plath. Tom Gilbert. Flegler. Crash play. Probably not the play, but they still got close. It's going to be Warriors ball at the 1. What a finish we have here in Wellington. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here. Storm Rabbitohs are after this. We're live for every single game. And right now, the Warriors and Dolphins are in a heart attack game. They're giving you heart palpitations, that's for sure. Leka Halasima rolls his ball back to Tanner Boyd. And then he gets it off to Alofiana Khan-Pereira, who brings it up to 15 on second tackle. Clements is one earthy running that. Well, he got close. I don't agree with it being the right play. I don't think it was the right play, but he did still get close. Sebastian says, discipline employees hold the ball, complete the sets was. Warriors now Jackson forward, 4 tackle to the 33. Get around your Madden. Shorten says at the 1 metre. Yeah, they've got to go a long way. Ooh, close to a 6 again there, but Sam Healy on 5th tackle now will be at the 40. So the Warriors are just going to get this ball to Tanner and kick it down deep. And that's what it happens. Tanner Boyd with a 35. He will kick it down to the 15 for Hamisa Tabuai-Fado. Brings it to the 20, 25 to the 30. 3.5 minutes to go here of the game. Camuso's smash Flegler even if we lose, T-Dub says. Let us know in the comment section who you are supporting in this game. Are you getting around the Warriors or the Dolphins with 3.5 minutes left? Second tackle here for the Dolphins. At the 35 on their own side of the field. Flegler off to Trey Fuller, and Trey Fuller is at the 45 now on third tackle. Gets the offload away to Max Platt. It's still second tackle. Back at Hamiso. Hamiso taken down to the 48. Down low, Lucky. Oh, Flegler! Knock on from Flegler, and he rips into Max Platt for the pass. Well, Warriors fans, you can have a little bit of celebration there that the person who's knocked this ball on was the guy who had a grub act before in Thomas Flegler. Knock on. A lot of people around the wires. Lord have mercy up the wires, Matt says. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to hold out here, Warriors, but you will have the ball here at the 40. Jeez, what a game. A lot of Warriors fans here, a couple of Dolphins. Clown Flegler T-Dub says. Warriors at the 40. Just don't make a knock-on. You've had a couple of knock-ons in these last couple of sets that have enticed the Dolphins back into it. But Leka, big run to the 50. He comes down really awkwardly there. You're lucky not to give away 6 again there, Herbie Farnworth. But they give it to Jackson Ford, and he's now going to be at the 40 on second tackle. 1-on-1 strip attempt here from Flegler. Well, how can you say tackle complete? Flegler's still trying to steal the ball away. Flegler's still trying to steal the ball away here. How are you saying tackle complete? Anyway, Sam Healy goes to James Fisher-Harris. For context, people not watching, they broke away. The Warriors broke away, but they called the ball back for tackle held. But he was still trying to steal the ball from him. Jackson Ford, he'll bring this ball to the 30. 4th tackle now for the Warriors. 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in the game. Sam Healy, Tane Tuapiki. Tane Tuapiki to the 20 now on 5th tackle. Who must come to seal the game. 5th tackle, Sam Healy, Tanner Boyd. He puts that up into the corner. Dallin chasing it through. I think knock on from the Dolphins. No, Warriors knock on they've called. Well, you can't challenge it. Dallin's saying he didn't even... descent penalty. Dallin, that's amazing. Dallin, bro, that is insane. Oh, he's been penalised for dissent. It was just going to be a knock on Warriors. You can't challenge it. You give the ball back. The Dolphins get the ball whatever at their own 10. Instead, you give away a penalty, and then the Dolphins kick this ball out to the 35. First tackle here. That's insane from Dallin Martinez-Selesniak. It's the correct call for dissent because he was mouthing off to the referee, but insane from Dallin. That's a massive brain fade. Second tackle here for the Dolphins at the 42. 1 minute 15 to go here of the game. A 2-point field goal. They can get the Dolphins. Asako has the boot on him, and there's also a penalty chance. Asako now, he's down the wing. He's at the 50. You've just got to get through 1 more minute, but they will get a 2-point field goal opportunity if they do want to take it. The Dolphins, Hamiso at the 45, off to Herbie Farnworth. My brain couldn't think of Sakatoa's name just then. 4th tackle here for the Dolphins. They'll beat the 45. They will get a chance at a 2-point field goal here to send this game to extra time. Max Platt to Thomas Flegler. They're 35 metres away from the line. This will be the last play here for the Dolphins. 5th tackle. They're at the 35. You have to get it back, and you have to go for the 2-point field goal. Max Platt back to it's Jermaine Asako from the 44. He's missed the kick, and the Warriors will win. He's missed the kick, and the Warriors, they are going to win 20 points to 18. There's 18 seconds left here. The Warriors, they will get a 7-tackle set, but it won't matter. They're at the 20. The Wars will win, and they will go to second position. Dallin, he just runs into the line, holds the ball as strong as he possibly can. 14 seconds left on the clock here. 14 seconds left. They go Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. And the Dolphins, they can't get the one-on-one strip. And that, my friends, is going to be the game. There is not the siren. There is the siren. The Warriors win 20 points to 18 in an absolute thriller here in Wellington. A little bit of words to be said from the two teams after the game finishes. But, gee whiz, what an absolute matchup that was. And the Dolphins, I feel for you because you've lost 2 games by less than 2 points. You've lost 2 games in the last 2 weeks by 3 points combined to the Panthers, who are top of the table, and the Warriors are in second. So it's a positive that you made the games close and you gave it a full-on crack, but it's a negative that you still got the same amount of wins as the Gold Coast Titans, the Melbourne Storm down the bottom of the table right now, and they are still 2 wins onto the name. So Warriors, you're going well. Your next game next week, I'm going to have to jump off here because we're going to go to the Melbourne Storm versus South Sydney game. Next week for the Warriors, they will play the Parramatta Eels. Great chance to get a slap up there at CommBank Stadium in Sydney. Dolphins, you play the Melbourne Storm at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. So that's going to be interesting because the Storm are really poor right now. But also, that's going to be an interesting game for both those teams. But guys, I'm going to jump off. We're going to move across to the South Sydney Rabbitohs versus Melbourne Storm game to finish up the day. I hope you have enjoyed. Good win, Waz. Unlucky there, Dolphins. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes' time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.